Oh, there we go. We're
What are you,
live, guys.
a French woman?
I, I am a
We
French woman.
welcome. Oh, yeah,
Y-
well, I guess you are Canadian at that island, you know?
Exactly. And you have to learn French until grade 8, I think. So
Well,
14
well.
ish.
Bonjour, mes amis.
Oh,
J'ai boarding McBoard. That's all I
so
remember. J'aime video games.
jump video games. I don't have a good representation. So this is an American package, no French on it at all.
Hmm.
But this water bottle is a Pure Life water bottle. So on this side, you guys can't see
Hmm.
it because my fixed lens is English, and the other side is French because you have to have French
Hmm.
on all your labels here.
I like
So,
that. I would actually retain my French now. Then
are you
I,
sure?
I, I wish I retained it. Yeah, I would. Because honestly, I wish I remembered my secondary language. I don't remember French or Japanese except for
Wait, you
hi
know
in both.
Japanese?
I Choto, choto, very
Choto,
choto.
choto.
Oh,
Okay,
yes, choto.
okay,
Very
okay.
much, very small, very small amount.
Hustle, we back. Flames, are we back? We've been
Hey
literally.
guys.
We just finished being live for the collective, Gorilla Collective, Dames for Games, Black Voices in Gaming, and now we're here, and we're gonna talk about difficulty in gaming and hard games, and give Bordy some props and give her some love because she's like worried that she's not gonna be able to keep up, and I said, "Bitch, where?"
I I will say, guys, there's a big gap in the 2010s. I feel a little imposter syndrome, but when it comes to the old stuff, I'm very much old woman. I will say, um, I grew up with a lot of emulators. So one of the benefits of being not having a lot of money person is that you just play a whole bunch of old games, and so emulators are my bread and butter. So what better topic? Of course, we're talking about difficulty in gaming.
Yeah,
When he started at the beginning, there's a lot of rough patches when
so
game
much
developers didn't exactly know how to make AI, and so they just made it hard as hell for no reason. I didn't even
for
have
no
this
reason.
conversation with you though, Hugger. We're already
That's true.
going on a tangent.
Yeah, screw it.
What's the age level, right? Like, am I going full on cursing? Can I?
Oh
I
yeah,
need to know. I need the
oh yeah.
barriers
This
because
is
I
not safe
will.
for kids.
Okay, I will drop N words and F's and S's and oh, okay. Well,
Yep,
it's especially with this difficulty in gaming too. It's gonna be
it's gonna
oh,
be so bad. I'm gonna
it's gonna
lose
be
my
so bad.
shit because
Yeah.
I have games that are new. I have games that are old. I have games before my time that I dipped a toe into. Games that I've never played before. I pulled up so you guys know.
Hmm.
I love lists, so I just pulled up a bunch of lists, and I know
Yes.
Bordy has a list because
Yes.
the ADHD is real with both of us, and she
Oh
has list upon
gosh.
list.
Gosh. So bad. In fact, when Hugger first swung this proposal by me to like do it, I sent her very much to a list. It was a stack. It was a lot
Stack.
of topics, and I already had like a couple topics where I already had links for other lists, so we could talk about the other things too.
Yeah,
So I love retrospectives. This is gonna be fun. But hey, guys, I'm boarding board, and nice to chug along
stack.
with you.
Bordy, it is the 50th episode. We've been doing the show for 2-ish years now. We've had
Hmm.
two other hosts. One of them, Trevor, may he rest in peace,
Hmm.
was the marketing and social media director for Externus Path of the Solari, which I hope they do eventually get the game out. And the other was Louis Machaca Chakalaka, who was a Nintendo nerd, and now you're here. You ready?
I am ready. Do you want me to spiel about who I am and stuff and all those
Exactly.
more
People might not
details?
know you, even though we've, sat together for the last 4 days.
Yeah, we've been. And if you guys really like this podcast, go ahead and watch some of the other game showcases where me and Hugger are on a lot of those. Well, and I'm
They
just
left
there
us alone.
making jokes. Yeah.
They left us alone.
They left us alone, and that's an issue, guys. This is going to be a mistake, and you guys will
the
soon see
vulva.
why. Free the vulva, guys. We're going to let the onion out. The onion is just going to be shining, okay?
The onion, the charcuterie, everything going to be good tonight.
Everything is going to be a little bit of gooch action, too. Why not? Hey, guys. My name is Bordy McBoard. I am I always forget. I am a esports caster. I am an interviewer, a host. I am a doer of comedy things. I'm a little funny.
You are funny. Shut up.
I make people laugh occasionally. What else? I do sports analysis and I do a lot of other things as well. But my heart and soul will always be, of course, the gaming world. Of course, I mentioned the fact that esports, etc. So that's one side of me. So when I'm not grinding a lot of hours in esports, trying to figure out the latest and greatest in a game or all the drama that's going on with that, I'm playing or trying to catch up on a lot of single player games because very heavy back in the day, was all into the gaming news. It's really bad how much I was in high school and everything like that on video game forums, GameSpot, all of that. Had a little bit of a break when I went to college, and I'm so glad. I talked to this a little bit about Hugger. Level 1 gaming, the way that I ended up being in their orbit is that
right?
Baron just messaged me out of nowhere and I was like, who the hell is this? And he was like, hey, like, come on our podcast. And I was like, okay, sure. I don't know who you are, but fine. And he was like, reacting like my sports takes, and I'd be like, oh, that's that guy. I don't know who that is. But because he asked me like 2 months in advance, and I was like, sure, I'm not doing anything that day. I ended up being like sick right before the podcast. Went to the hospital, and I was about to not come on. And I'm glad that I decided to stick through and to show up because I met this lovely individual that I'm doing this podcast with. And Baron, shut up. And Baron and Fame and everybody else, and Des and everybody else. And I was like, man, they're great. And they're talking like straight into the nitty gritty of gaming news. And I miss this. I miss being in this orbit. So it was like, I need to show up and be around. And one thing that happens when I'm in chats of my friends, I like to freaking troll them and be funny. And no, yeah, a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. We do a little trolling, a little bit of trolling, and so anytime I can make people laugh, I try to do that. But also, of course, too, gaming news used to be all up in that thing, so I impart knowledge about this studio, blah blah blah. Hugger somehow found the fact that I did this. I annoyed Hugger enough for her to be convinced that somehow I deserve to be on here, and I'm glad I successfully finessed her into being on the show, so I can really just make vulva jokes.
I don't have anything to say to that. I'm just gonna, we're gonna make vulva jokes. Like I've been hyping up this episode. We kind of wild. A little bit. They shouldn't have left us alone.
Absolutely not, but that's their fault, not ours.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think they're ready for this because I know we're about to go in. I know we're about to be super nerds, and like I said, this is Cogs. Make sure you guys get a beverage, maybe adult, maybe some water because it is hot and we are all thirsty out here, and some snacks, and we're just gonna vibe. We're gonna let the music play. We're gonna go just talk about video games because Bordy has a gap that I don't have, i.e. the Dreamcast era, because I've never seen one in life.
Damn, I did say that I would have this. Hold up real quick. Where is it?
Let us see the Dreamcast. Let us see the Dreamcast.
Come on, it's underneath.
I've never seen a Dreamcast in real life. I've seen it, through internet and social media, but I've never seen one in real life, and I'm excited.
It's bad boy.
It's a lot smaller than I thought it was gonna be. Okay.
Yeah, it's very small. I love the little Tomodachi that comes with it. This is just, I keep one close to me because this is always close to my heart. So I love you, baby. But yeah, Dreamcast. I'm sorry, I'm a nerd, guys. I am a nerd. We've
You know what?
established this. We've established this.
My
Oh, is that a regular or color?
This is regular because
Regular?
she's
Oh,
old.
yeah, mine is in my brother's room. It would take too long. I'll go out of I would have to go
I
off
feel that.
screen to find that somewhere in his closet. But
I
yeah,
thought it was gonna be like GameCube size.
yeah, it has that appearance, right? It seems like it would
Mm-hmm.
be thicker, but it's pretty thin. And what I love so much about it, just like the not the GameCube, not the Dreamcast, the GameCube, it has 4 ports, and not all consoles necessarily had 4 ports. A lot had 2, but
That's
that really
true.
helped. That really was amazing for me and my cousins because we would all play bootleg games together, like Power Stone. Bring it back, Capcom, please,
Yup.
please. But
What's up,
anyway, yeah.
arcade? You've always wanted a Dreamcast. I want a Dreamcast. I don't know what I'm gonna play on it. Actually, I've been emulating most of my Dreamcast games, but that's besides the point. Just finding the hardware, finding a Switch. If Chocolate hadn't sent me a Switch, I don't know if I could have found a Switch here in Canada. And everybody knows, like, I try not to bitch about prices in Canada because it's all I've ever known is just high prices for everything. Like, usually things are $10 more. A PlayStation 5, I probably won't get one until the next cycle. So either PlayStation 6 is coming or the PlayStation 5 Pro or whatever they release, because it is like, if you can find one and you're not willing to pay scalper prices, easy $1,500. Easy.
They just want you guys to suffer in Canadian land, don't they? Like, the prices that I've heard are in freaking insane, yo.
They're crazy. Like,
I-
we've been looking at all these games. Hold on, let me get some light in here. We've been looking at all these games, and Baron's like, "Oh, $70." I was like, "Yeah, $90 starting." Ooh, that's too much light now. God damn. $90.
It's okay. We can see more of that hugger goodness. Ooh, yeah.
Shut up. Shut the hell up. But yes, we are going to talk about difficulty in gamings. This is Bordy's first show. This is also the 50th episode. So, drop us your favorite hard games. And like I said, I like lists. Bordy's got some lists. Bordy's got some videos for me. I'm going to put them up as we go through. It's going to be delicious. So
beautiful.
Do we want to start with a specific genre, like a generation, or do we want to go of all time?
I would like to start a little bit at the beginning, because I think the beginning kind of paints why difficulty has gone from like, oh, I can't freaking do anything, to, oh, now we have complete opposite where these modes are assisting you, right? Where did gaming really begin besides the computers? Of course, it was the arcade. And in the arcade, a lot of games were there to do what else? To be money grabbers and money machines. Of course, quarters. All of the quarters and all of the coins. And if you've ever been to any of those carnival games and carnival situations, you have skee ball, you have what's it called? The little coin machines. Were you ever good at those little coin machines and stuff?
Hell no. Fuck no.
If okay, life on the line, you had to do skee ball, coin machine, one of the little clown blow up ball situations, the horse racing doodads. What would you think you would put your money in? I might do Papa Shot, maybe Papa Shot. Maybe
I would do the one where they guess your age or your weight.
Okay, all right.
Because if I cover my tattoos, I look like a toddler. Like, if I cover my tattoos, like, hold on, you get we'll cover it. Like, I look like a small child.
Excuse me, ma'am. Is your mom home? Home?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, mom's home. Yep.
Yo, let me tell me how many times I do that to those doors when I just don't feel like dealing with them. Oh yeah, they're not home right now. Do you want a message?
Do you want a message? Yeah, just like whatever.
And then when they leave, Bumbaclot, you messed up, man. Just drop the voice.
Oh, Ross Cloth ass being like, I pay for you. Like, what? But so it's already starting, guys.
This is how it's gonna be from now on. Y'all get ready.
It really is gonna be bad. But Arcade said the coin machine was the thing. I never really found a trick to that. The hand drop and just grab stuff where I suck.
I like the pusher ones.
I like seeing those, right? I like seeing those, but I don't know the technique to do those.
Fuck those claw machines, though. No.
Yeah, and there would be obvious things that were just rigged, right? Just obvious games that were very rigged. So, of course, if video games are popping onto the scene, the place that you normally see those games would be in arcades. And so I feel like in the beginning, a lot of games were just games like, I guess, Galaga or just like, Centipede. Pac-Man, where it goes on over and over again and the difficulty does scale and the adjustment makes sense, right? Because the baby modes would be baby, and as you go on, things would get a little bit harder. But as we go on, then you start to get things like shoot 'em ups, and I feel like shoot 'em ups and side scrollers were some of the worst notorious ones, where of course it's there and it's a fun game, but the whole point of it was to just grab all your quarters. And of course, we can talk about none other than Contra, right? I feel like that's the thing everyone goes to, where that's the game everyone know, Hold
on, where was it? Contra was at the top of one of these lists. Contra, in 20 hardest video games of all time from Game Rant. Contra is number 1 of hardest games, which, okay, I don't think it's number 1, but I do think it's hard. Because I have another game that nobody's played outside of Japan that is way harder, but I don't know if it counts because it never came outside of Japan.
Ooh, is it a shoot 'em up, by the way? Is it a side scroller bullet hell game?
It's a side scroller, but it is a samurai game.
A samurai game. Oh, geez. Okay, is this also in the NES era?
Yes. Let me get some Contra gameplay going up in here. Let's talk about Contra, because this game.
So it's funny, right? Game development was first starting out, right? And when you're first doing something, nobody really knows what to do except for throwing stuff on the wall. Hey, what's up, lady? How you doing?
Hi, Lady Foxfire.
How you doing, baby?
She's a sweetheart.
But they didn't know what to do. So if you have an objective and it's just get as many quarters as you can, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna throw shit at you. And it's just like bullets, enemies, fire, boop, boop, bow, ba da 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 da. And it can very well, like, of course it's continue based and you have only a couple shots per continue. You could end up spending your first quarter on just this first little section part right here that we're seeing.
Exactly.
Because it's that bad. It starts off like hell. There's no learning curve. You can't even really adjust to whatever you're seeing, because as soon as you're dropped in, bullets go. Figure it out your damn self.
You don't know how to shoot. There's no tutorial. There's nothing. And the Contra code doesn't even help in these games.
Yeah.
And I'm a proponent for cheating in single player games. If you paid for the game, cheat.
Please.
Don't cheat in multiplayer games, though. Please don't do that.
Multiplayer games, you deserve a special place in hell. But in single player games, especially with older games, right? NES arcade games especially, they were notorious for, if I would like to experience this game, and this is why I was glad I was grew up in Emulatorville, right? If I saw this in the arcade, I wouldn't even waste my quarters or coins on this, right? Because it's gonna be gone in a second. Why would 100%. I even try? But yeah.
Even the newer ones. There's the Contra 2-player one that is like I know this is 2-player, but there's a newer one. It's still hard as shit. Like, what the fuck?
And
why?
I appreciate them sticking to the roots, right? Because we're known as a hard game. Why would we ever go away from that? But other series, and we'll talk about these series later, Ninja Gaidens and everything like that, at least they realized, hey, this is unfair for no reason. Why are we doing this? But
Exactly.
Contra didn't care
And I
at
think,
all.
you know what really spurred this conversation on for us, y'all, is we were like, I love Soulsborns, but I don't think that's where, all of a sudden video games got hard. I think that's what the
No.
marketing and today's writers and stuff, because today's writers probably haven't played a lot of these games, would like you to think that this is where games got hard. No, we're gonna go over a shit ton of games from, God, before I was born on some of them to go through it. Games are hard and they're I mean, look at that. You fall in the water, you're kind of hooped. You miss that special because you can't go back. In today's games, you can go back.
What are you gonna do with one tiny ass bullet in a game like this? Like what? What are you doing?
Pray on it. Hope the best. Like Contra is tough, and it's if you play it right, you can beat it in like 20 minutes. But
But who plays it right besides speedrunners? And speedrunners have thousands of hours in these games, so it makes sense. But you work with somebody who worked on these. Some of those are legitimately rigged. And bullet hells like Contra, top-down shooters, pilot shooters, things like that. They were notorious for, okay, we're just gonna throw stuff at them and they're going to use their quarters. And not to say this is a great game. Obviously, this is why it's still being talked about to this day. But it becomes so impossible for you to play this game that the most legendary cheat code in gaming is up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, select start. It's that bad because everyone used it.
Exactly. I can still remember the cheat codes of GTA. Give me extra weapons. Give me the wanted level minus. And when 5 didn't have that, I kind of hated it. I hated it.
I can't wait till we get to our cheat code episode because there are so many. It makes no sense why it's been 25 years and I still remember a random, not even good SpongeBob GBA games cheat codes.
That took away your algebra. That took away your algebra. You were trying to learn algebra and it took it away.
No. I'll tell you, took away my English because I was actually pretty decent at algebra. I was bad.
Nerd.
I used to be a math minor. Hugger's gonna call me a nerd so bad. I used to be a math minor. I was really good with math, but English, I don't know that.
I can do English.
Z. You can do
English. I went to my final. It's been 10 years. I went to my diploma, which is our like SATs. Just roasted out of my mind and still got an 82. So English, damn.
Teach me your ways. Teach me your ways.
I can barely spell anything now, so I don't know where it went. I don't know where English went.
Yo, that whole phase where they were talking about this is a preposition and an adjective. Like, I don't know what any of those are.
Disgusting.
To be honest, I barely know what a noun is. To be honest,
all I know is a verb. It's the action word. That's all I know. I don't know anything else.
Person, place, thing, noun. That's it.
I give the wrong version of there so many times that I'm just like, you guys know what I'm trying to say. Like, leave me alone.
They're hating, please. They are hating. This is
Stop being a hating ass raggedy bitch. Come on.
Okay, Grammarly. Thank you for helping me. Like, calm down.
Oh, me and Grammarly gonna fight. Because it's like, I am Canadian. This is not how I spell words.
Oh yeah, like color and everything like that. I bet that
don't like
breaks your entire system. I actually like it in some words. Like I like it in color or like coarse. No, coarse you spell it with a U in English, right?
Spell it with, yeah. Yep.
I don't. I'm so good at English.
Depending on the version of course, though. If you're talking about a course that like a track, or if you're talking about that's rough, that's coarse, that's different.
And she called me a nerd? Like, hold up here. Nerd? Who's the real nerd? Come on, Grammarly, help me.
I can't add basic math together, but you out here saying I'm a math minor. Okay.
Okay, well, I'll tell you about differential equations, and I almost picked up
on to the
calculus
next one.
again.
Get away from me. Jet Force Gemini. I don't know this game because I wasn't a super big N64 player.
Oh no, we did. That's the only console I think that I've only played 3 times. I played Super Smash Brothers. That's about it.
Let me see some gameplay for this because I'm always curious about gameplay for these older games. And that's right, y'all. I am using Bing, bitch. I'm trying to get my goddamn Microsoft points so I can get Game Pass free for a year. Leave me alone.
Yes, Mega Man will definitely be in here. You can beat him for 20 minutes somehow, I guess. Hey Yobi, hey Fame, how you doing?
What
okay, so this is kind of like in the old school NES era situation, right? Where instead of actually programming smart AI, it was like, how many enemies can we put on screen so they could just shoot shit?
Yep, that's 100% what this. Oh, this is like. I'm running it at the max capacity. The max it gave me 720p, so I don't know what this game runs at. I don't know if this is this on the rare replay. Lady Foxfire said she tried it on the rare replay. This is one of the hardest games. I've never heard of this game, ever.
Never heard of it.
I forgot what the name was. Jet Force Gemini.
Jet Force Gemini.
This reminds me of those early games where, so N64, you would have your your middle. Your only stick be your goddamn control. Oh god.
The camera stick. Oh, the camera stick. I feel like going back in a lot of these games, and I'll talk about one of the games that I actually went back on just for the purposes of this, just to like watch. A lot of it is just fighting against tank controls, right? And just back in the day, we didn't know how to use the camera stick and what that meant.
Weird. How do you even hold the controller? I mean, with these controllers, it's like you got the nubs, you can grip onto them, but like the other ones, how do you control that? How do you
can grip onto them? You get that good grip. But
gorilla grip.
In a lot of early games too, it was so interesting how it was used, because I remember the PlayStation, that was the first time that we really got that. But the N64 was the first time that we actually saw it, right? And of course, Nintendo and 64, it used it well. But I think PlayStation was the first time that we actually used it for camera controls. And even then, it would do this weird thing where it would go first person a lot. Instead of you actually turning your environment with, it would just do crazy things like that, and you would actually autocorrect your camera with one of the buttons or shoulder buttons or something along those lines. So I wonder with this game, especially with so much stuff coming at you, if a lot of that was just fighting against that perspective fighting, you know?
That's a good question, because I can already feel the clunk through this. I can feel it, and I don't know if this is a game that I would ever go back. I like to go back to some of these games. When we did the history of Tomb Raider, I love to go back. I love Lara Croft, but this, I don't know about that. It's like going back and playing GoldenEye. I don't know about that no more.
There's no era that's aged worse than initial 3D, right?
God, you're so right. That early 90s, early 2000s chunk, or late 90s, early 2000s chunk. Yep.
And people didn't know whether or not we should put the camera above your head or we should put the camera right next to you. Should it be close? Should it be far away? Should it always follow you? Do you follow it? And my goodness, it would just be fighting. Like Hugger's trying to always fight things. I'm trying to fight that camera to just see what I'm aiming at.
Right. And I always I feel bad because I always get on hustle for this. A lot of these early games, nobody really gave a shit about the story, because Perfect Dark, that story, what was that? Why was there aliens involved? Why did it take a weird ass turn? Like, nobody cared about the story because you were fighting against the game the entire time. It's like, oh yeah, aliens, yeah, I'm fine with this. Yeah, totally.
Cool. Yeah, right. Throw some more shit at me. I'm just used to that, right? Narratives in video games being the central focus, they were here and there depending on the game and the franchise, right? I can think of some really stellar ones like Earthbound, and I can think about all the other mainline Nintendo games where I still don't know what's happening in Hyrule right now because there's like 5 different timelines going on.
Yeah.
Like, is
I don't
Ganon a
care.
person or an entity? I don't know.
His name is Gandalf, first of all.
Gandalf, I'm sorry. I disrespected you and your
Gandalf the Grey and then Gandalf the White woman. Duh.
and Gandalf with the red highlights too, just cause.
Exactly. He's not Saruman. He's Gandalf. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Hey, I love you. I'm gonna fist fight you. I'm gonna fist fight you.
Even though you said it, it's okay. It's all right.
I'm
The
still gonna
power of
fist fight you.
Gandalf doesn't run through you. Wow,
Exactly.
crazy! You guys seeing this violence? Help
Yeah.
me. She forced me into this.
I
She
did.
forced
I
me.
did. I honestly did.
He's
I
like,
did.
you're doing it. Okay, I guess.
Let's read the little blurb.
Mhm.
Jet Force Gemini for N64 is a challenging game right from the get-go. We're reading the Game Rant article. Right, immerses you in the world without a tutorial. Okay, bitch. Even Cuphead had a tutorial. Figuring your way through this game is difficult, especially for inexperienced players. Chances are you'll spend much of your time lost while playing the game. Rewarding but tough, Jet Force Gemini may have the steepest learning curve of any game from the 90s. It's hard to imagine Jet Force Gemini can be a highly enjoyable game. He just said, that game sucks. Do not play it.
It really did. It's just this game is broken. The designers didn't know what the hell they were doing. Why are you playing this?
That's exactly what they said.
They're calling out Dallas right now. You play this game, you should feel ashamed.
Yes, Dallas, you should feel ashamed.
How dare you?
You should.
Why?
You and your dad jokes, you should feel ashamed for playing Jet Force Gemini.
You should be ashamed about those dad jokes. Except the last one was funny.
The last one was good. The last one was good.
Taking shoe shots right now. But be who you are for your pride.
Y'all left us alone, and this is
It's
what. Yep, this is what happened.
It's a mistake. It's a big mistake.
Mistake
but you'll
for Sam
see.
and Baron, but
it's wonderful for us, and hopefully y'all too.
Exactly. Let's continue on this 90s list. After Jet Force Gemini, what could we think could be coming up?
I know who the headers were, and it only makes sense. I better see one of the ghouls and goblins in there.
Better see it, because ghouls and goblins.
Better.
Hey yo.
Oh my gosh. When we get to that, I can't wait till we get to that, because I tried that game too recently. Because sometimes you're bad at games when you're a kid, and then you retry it thinking that you're better. And some games you're actually better, and then some games reminding you just how pathetic of a gamer you are.
Yep. All right, let's see what the next one is. Spider-Man and Venom Carnage Maximum Carnage. Oh my god. It's the SNES. Oh my god. SNES
game. If it's an SNES game, I've probably played through it. I used to love the superhero games. I need to see it though, because there's so many offshoots with a lot of these Marvel games.
I think I remember this one though. Oh,
I know the X game was a little crazy. I love the font that they made with all of the Marvel games. They're very good. LJN. Oh. LJN.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's all you need to say.
Notorious for bad games back then. Notorious.
Spider-Man and Venom on this white background, and now black background, and now Carnage is here.
Ooh, this is a 95 game. This is pretty bad graphics for the 95 portion of that SNES. 94? Okay.
Still, for 94, yeah.
It could have been better. It could have been better.
I think these might be comic book pages scanned in.
Wouldn't that be something, huh?
That would be. Oh,
just half buttoning it.
The fact that nobody knows Carnage now with all the Marvel movies, I gotta see gameplay, because this is just comic book slides. Gameplay. Here's the gameplay.
I lied.
Oh god. Not
I played this before then. I've played this before. Very much Billy and Mike just throwing in beat 'em ups. I feel like all beat 'em ups in this era, because beat 'em ups directly from arcade, so a lot of them were hard because it's just money machines. Uh,
Yup.
so I'm not surprised to see a title like this on here. Because it really just wants to punish you for even thinking that you're playing. But that's a blatant Streets of Rage rip.
Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, the Simpsons arcade game. This is exactly what this is.
That specific character, the Billies, like very much. Let me drop it in the chat.
Billy and Brett. Go to another cut. Oh, look at the climbing. Oh, Jesus. And the swinging.
That looks awful. Looks very awful.
You know what? They did their best. And that's all we can ask for. Because this is the time where games had to be finished.
Hey, I will say that some of these games, of course, there are limits to their time, but and I will say also too, Super Nintendo games, I feel very broad statement because there are always exceptions. If you compare it to a lot of Genesis games, a lot of times, sometimes I would say, not all the time, the ports would look better on the Genesis.
Yeah.
I feel like this is not good use of color even for that era, but I just dropped it. That is the wrong chat, actually. Hold up,
ma'am. She out here dropping her link off.
I'm on here sharing secrets. I can't be showing all my secrets. It's my OnlyFans link right there. But yeah, here is a picture of the blatant, disregard the YouTube, of course, the blatant rip of assets. That's directly a Streets of Rage character. The Billy.
I'm opening that. Hold on. I'm moving this over, guys. Yeah. She's 100% right.
It's really bad how bad they ripped that.
Look at that. That is the Billy. Let me go back to the Billy.
It's a direct rip. It's crazy.
Hold on, where's the Billies? They should be here.
Nice. Sir 50 cents looking at a game. Looks like something you tried.
They put their, look at that.
It's a blatant rip.
Those are the mics. Let me go to that picture. Streets of Rage. Yeah.
The same tails and the same oversized coat, and I wish I had it standing up because it's the same. It's the same shit, just a different way, like Ace had said. It's crazy how bad they ripped that. Crazy.
Look at that. And I love the thwacks, the ka-chows through this entire game. Ooh, Morbius? We gonna fight Morbius? Oh, I thought that said Shrek for a second.
It's Morbid time? Morbing time?
Morbius, I tried to watch that. I'm not a fan of Jared Leto, but yeah.
It's a great I'm drunk, let's talk shit movie. It's a great type of movie for that.
Yeah. He really took the whole Joker energy and put it into Morbius.
Yeah. Absolutely. And his Joker already wasn't the greatest in the first place, not to mention the crazy whack stuff that he would do on set, but he's not a likable character, person, actor, anything.
This is our personal opinions, not those of Level 1. I just think Jared Leto is a creep. Like 100%.
Yo, mailing, I want to get into the role. Let's method act. Okay, cool. Fine. We love commitment to acting. I'm going to mail dead rats to my cast and crew. What are you doing, sir?
If he knew the true character, he knows Joker would never do that. Joker would never have done that. Ever.
Why would he? Is there a purpose? Is there a goal?
He has bigger things to do in his day than mail you dead rats and use condoms. Like, ew.
That's not even funny. Like, Joker maybe would like do something for a joke, but what are you doing? So I don't. Jared Leto, do better, my friend. Do better.
Is he going to? Probably not, but
No, he's never going to do better.
he's a good actor in some stuff, but in the rest, no. No. This is a game for Super Nintendo, SNES, and Sega Genesis. Typical layout of increasing difficulties without saving points. Ooh, I hate that. Oh, I hate that. Ooh. I hate where there's no points to save or no checkpoint codes either. Remember those?
Oh, absolutely.
You write down the code, you get to the checkpoint.
I hate those so much. Those are more prohibited than continues, right? Because I would cheat all the time in single players, especially too as we're talking about some of these other games. I would cheat all the time. More continues, please. I want to experience this game, but I'm like 12, so no, I can't play this. Or some of these games didn't matter. I was 12 or 28, 117. Like I still wouldn't be able to play them.
How old are you, Bordy? Are you lying to us? Are you older than Angela Bassett?
I am actually 187 years old. I'm actually.
You were one of those vampires I saw in Redfall. Okay.
Why do you think that I like Lady D? That's my cousin. Like, clearly.
Can you slide me her number? Because I'm just saying. I need to get up in her DMs.
See, I know that you would be distracted while we were doing our show, so that's why I like focus here, you know? I can't be having you distracted, all right? I need to hug her to myself right now for the moment. Later on, maybe. We'll see.
You're the most distracted person here.
Shh, don't call me out. Wait, hold up.
I call you out all the time, and you gonna be catching strays all the time. Don't mess with me.
This is Bullet Hell. Like, we're talking about Bullet Hells, but this is Bullet Hell, the podcast. And right now, I am the enemy that is getting. No, I'm the player right now. And Hugger's just shooting shit. Just shooting shit. I'm
Flowey. You cannot miss me. Flowey is not going to let you live.
Why? Please let me live.
No. Because
I'm on my last continue.
No, or your last continue. Oh, fuck Crash Bandicoot.
Okay. Yo. I'm glad we're here.
I hate Crash Bandicoot games, and
you do.
They came out when I was real young, and I know that. How many times did I want to fight somebody today? I'm not that person anymore. I can't be doing this stuff.
I don't know. It sounds like you're that person a little bit from what I heard.
I'm gonna fight you. I'm fighting you. No. Square up.
Proof right here. You guys want math terms? This is me testing a theory. Boom. We're seeing it in real life.
We fighting, Bordy. We fighting. We got the flex on. We fighting.
I honestly just go to you just so I could see the muscles. It's okay. It's fine.
Somebody get this woman. Somebody come get this woman, please. Oh, this is the Game Boy Advance game. I wanted the regular PS1 game.
It's so funny because, of course, being from this time period too, and like us being like kids during this era, a lot of people would give you Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, right? So you would think, man, he's so cute and adorable and cuddly, and he lives so wonderfully in our minds that maybe it's a kid's game. Maybe they can save us. They said, "Fuck them kids." I love Michael Jordan.
That's exactly. You know what? The way that the new Insane Crash trilogy looks, it's how I remembered it looking in my head. And Baron brought up this good point is when we were watching the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trailer, I was like, the way Tifa and Aerith look in my head is how I remember them looking 20 years ago. But they didn't.
No.
Give me them fists. Give me
Come on.
Them
you
chunkies.
Couldn't tell me. She didn't have polygon titties. They were just wonderful. Like, no, it's just just here. But they were polygoned out. And Crash, I remember that perspective, the movement, all the thing. Oh my gosh, it looked fantastic as a kid. And you realize when you go back, man, yeah, Blockbuster, right?
Oh, just yeah, I can. Me now, I have even less patience than when I was a kid, and I had no patience then. Yeah, I can't. The people that love the remakes, I'm so happy for you. I hate these games. I hate them for the fact they're so hard.
Yeah. These are one of these games where I love it because of the nostalgia and the things that we're doing. And I remember, like, all of us, especially would come home after school, right? I couldn't go outside all the time, but one thing I could do, I could always play video games at my friend's house down the street. So we're playing these games, we're passing the controller around. Can we get to the third level, please?
No. As Jeeves says, hear me out. I hate kids, and that's all I gotta say. Fuck them kids. Because because this, at this time, I think I was also playing like Sly Cooper, so I wasn't into this type of game. But fuck these games. These are hard.
And it's so weird too how I feel, especially games that are marketed towards kids would be the most notoriously difficult ones. Like
Lion
you're
King.
supposed to find a Lion King. Oh my god. So let's talk about it.
Why? Why? Lion King. Why? I hope it's on a list somewhere.
I went to my school, my college, and like my friend is over a program where like there's a gaming club. And so she has an NES there. We're talking about the history of video games. Excuse me, who created this podcast about the history of video games, ma'am?
Oh, that man over there.
That man over there.
Yep.
Hey man, come here because I need to call them a nerd too. So
you.
This is just gonna be us like fighting by the end of this podcast. I just want you guys.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
know.
swear up. It's okay.
It's gonna be bad. I'm gonna fly to Canada and we're just gonna.
No, you're gonna be like, what is this coldness? This is too cold. What is this?
Hugger's gonna fight me with the environment. She's gonna leave me outside.
I am. I'm gonna. You used to that hot U.S. weather? I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, it's gonna get down to like -10 at night. Enjoy.
Oh my gosh, I'm used to like
shorts weather, baby.
So, huh?
Shorts. -10 is shorts, baby.
The lowest
it's flip-flops.
Historically been in my life is a 14 wind chill.
That's like
in my life
2 or 3 here. Yeah. No.
Okay. Well, I'm never visiting Canada to see Hugger.
No, you gotta come when it's -50. You need to experience that extreme cold.
I'm never going to visit her. Either that, or I'm just gonna borrow all of her jackets, and it's just gonna be like a bubble, and I'm just gonna like.
I just wear leather jackets, honestly.
How are you so
jackets
cool?
and hoodies.
How are you so cool? Like,
because
that's
I've lived here all my
crazy.
life. All I've known is these cold stuff.
First of all, you big giant lesbian to go out in leather jackets. You big giant lesbian.
What can I say? Look at
you being who you are for your pride.
Honestly, you gotta, in Canada, is like, is she Canadian or is she gay? So you gotta like distinguish yourself. It really is. Like, she gay? She lesbian? I don't know.
Flannels are like sometimes the thing, like in Georgia, flannels. Okay, it's 107 degrees. Why are you wearing flannels? It makes sense. There, I don't know. It could just be a Tuesday for you, you know?
That's what it is. Exactly. It's like, is it cold? Is it she gay? Is it what is it? Because there's no distinction.
But going back to the story, so she had an NES there, and it's like a whole bunch of like, girls who are like, playing all these games or whatever, learning some games. Some are gamers, some aren't. And so she has an SNES there, and I'm like, oh man, that's so cool. I go and I look at the cartridge to see what's in there. Tell me why it's the Lion King. I'm like, do you want to stray these girls away? Like, do you want
Oh
them to
no.
run and leave and go away for life?
No. The Lion King. No. That this is on the ranks of Aladdin where
Yeah.
fuck
Oh,
these games. Like I
oh,
appreciate their place in history. They kind of developed our
yeah.
love for these games. These games are also notoriously hard. Even with cheats, they are hard.
Even with cheats. I told you I used the Game Shark on my emulator a whole bunch. I
Mm-hmm.
could not get past. I didn't even see this part. The just can't wait to be king level. Like,
Right? Like,
what are you doing?
oh, I've never seen past. Oh, here's the be prepared level. I've never seen this. I
Oh
didn't know
yeah.
you could play as grown up Mufasa or
Yes.
Simba. I didn't know you could play as him. I thought you was a kid the entire time. That's all I've ever seen. Let's see. Jeeves said part of it was definitely the rental market pushing the difficulty up. If they can't beat it, they'll keep renting it. That's true.
Yeah.
Mr. Seven Digital, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while, baby. Said, what about Crash Nitro Kart? Them games was fun back in the day, but my old behind probably couldn't beat the AI today. No, the AI is kind of dumbed down now because you don't have to rent it. Spillage says Gauntlet games by Midway.
Oh,
Midway games.
Hey, Spillage.
Midway games are hard.
Midway knows to just F you up. F you up.
This is the most I've ever seen of this game. I'm not gonna lie.
It is amazing. I'm glad we had that conversation so I can just see more of that game because I don't know what I've never what like this part in particular. Like no, I've never seen it.
I know what level Yobi's talking about. It's the draft level. It's this level, the roar at the monkeys.
Yes, they just can't wait to be king level, which is ridiculous.
And it has a specific sequence. You have to jump on the right monkey, otherwise you will fail.
Yes, that's the worst part too. How could I do this? Yo, I can't wait till we go into cheat code games, cheat code era and all that, because a big portion of that guides were our game facts, and guides were our other internet forums that tell you what to do.
They were our pre-YouTube.
Our pre-YouTube, you know? And without a guide, how am I supposed to do this shit?
How,
Sway?
How, Sway?
I don't have answers.
Bordy, keep talking to them. I gotta tinkle. Give me a second. Jesus.
Yeah.
I gotta piss. Yeah. I'm on my third beer. I gotta piss.
See, this is why the beers always get to you. The beer pisses be crazy. It just comes suddenly out of nowhere too. Early SNK arcade games, especially in Metal Slug. Yes, I can't wait to talk about that because I will talk about that with Hugger. I love the Metal Slug games. A lot of these series I actually love so very much. But I love it because I have the gift of cheat codes. If I didn't have that gift of cheat codes, that was not going to happen. The giraffe level was the hardest ever. I think I got to the bug level like once or twice in my world. But even with cheat codes, it was ridiculous. With save states, I think I don't remember if this had a good cheat code, if this had a good infinite lives thing, but I do remember save states helped me with this. And Gauntlet and Konami games. Yeah, early Konami games. We were talking about those early back in the day. They didn't know what to do. So they would just put shit on put shit as AI, and it's like, hey, that's more coin for us, baby. Let's cash in.
Yo, you know what and maybe this is like a thing, is I think every gamer today, because I love speedruns. I've been watching right now is SGDQ, Summer Games Done Quick. I love watching speedruns. I think everybody that enjoys video games and says, oh, Soulsborne's games are hard, which we'll get into further, they need to go play these games. They need to. You need to understand that it was like Souls games. It's like, oh, you missed the timing. That's on you. Here it was built to be on Crash. They would deliberately put something in your way on purpose. Like,
a level design was not good. It was not good at all. And they would just do shit just to do shit. And I can't wait. I actually do have a whole tangent where we're going to talk about like people making fun of like easy mode, but a lot of these games needed an easier easy mode.
I will play on easy mode, easy and normal, before I play on hard mode. The only game that I will successfully play hard mode on is Mass Effect 2 Insanity mode, because I can play Mass Effect 2 in my sleep, so I know what's
Yes.
happening. Like I've
It's
played that
games
game
in my
50
sleep.
times. Exactly. I'm not playing. I don't want. And this is a hot take, controversial. I've played Mortal Shell. I've played Dark Souls, Bloodborne, all of them, but I've played them with cheat codes on because I genuinely love. So if you guys don't know, Bordy's the programming person. I'm the art side. I want to see further. Like Bloodborne especially gives me so many ideas to do stuff. So I want to see the end of these games. But I know if I play normally, I never will because I'll be so frustrated. And doesn't mean that I'm gonna turn on God mode. No, I'm still gonna take the hits, but I'm gonna have unlimited lives on because I want to play the game as it's meant, but I just don't want to be stuck. And that's the worst, when you get stuck in a hard game, because then you can never leave that spot. You'll never get better because you can't go back in a lot of them because you've already defeated what you need to defeat.
Oh, and that's why Code Veronica needs an update, a remake, because you could soft lock in that game so many times. So many times. Bad game design. Yeah, bad game design.
Bad game design. 100%.
Yeah.
The original Assassin's Creed games, I've played every single one of them aside from the Chronicles games and the Liberation and Freedom Cry. There's so many points where I'm like, if I wasn't the player I knew and I knew kind of how Assassin's Creed run, I would be stuck because those escort missions in the early games. Oh, Bordy. They are so bad. And they didn't have no cheat codes, no nothing. And day and night cycles.
And one thing about a Ubisoft game, they just like jamming those in too. Just how many escorts can we get? You think you're safe, and then you have an action sequence and it goes straight back into the escort, and you're like, no.
I'm really hoping Mirage doesn't have a lot of those, because I don't want to do those. I really don't. Let's read some of the chat since I had to take a tinkle. Because I had to. Bordy and I have been live for the last 4 hours.
We have
5 hours almost.
Gosh. And the thing is too, knowing us and how much we love to talk, it could easily be another, like, honestly, 7, but probably 3, maybe 2.
We're gonna make it on ourselves where we limit the show to a certain amount of hours until, like, we might do the Resident Evil games again for Halloween, because that was like a 5-hour episode that Trevor and I did.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
We might have to. So Spillage says the early SNK arcades, especially Metal Slug series, are ridiculously hard, notoriously designed to take your quotas.
Yes, I was gonna say I want to talk a little bit about Metal Slug, because I have my whole on my stream.
Yep.
On my stream, Tarma sleeping, the idle animation, that's my baby. I love Tarma. I love Metal Slug. That's one of my favorite series of all time, because I use cheats.
Yes. These old games, like, as long as you're experiencing them, I don't care if you cheat. Like, tell me it's the same conversation when. Okay, don't take this the wrong way. I know Bordy's not, but everybody in the chat, when PlayStation players get so butthurt that these games come to PC and then they get fixed a lot of the problems on PC. It's like, people are experiencing these games. People might not have a PlayStation 4. They might not have a PlayStation 5, but they can play it on PC. Don't you want them to experience God of War? Because the more God of War that's played, the more people talk about it, the more it gets brought into the zeitgeist, and the more they're more willing to make a sequel, the more we're willing to see these games further on. Like,
because
why is that so hard?
Because I'll tell you one thing, as a Mother series and Earthbound fan, that if people aren't playing the game, or even if they do play the game, like, it don't matter. If a company shuts that shit down, it's a wrap, okay?
Look at Bayonetta. Bayonetta 1, cult classic. Bayonetta 2 was I'm really hoping, if somebody wants to sugar mama me Bayonetta 1 and 2, or 1, 2, and 3, I'm kidding. But if we hadn't talked about Bayonetta, and Nier Automata is another one, if we hadn't talked about how good those games are, and we've been like, yeah, we need to play those games would have never come out. I didn't think Bayonetta 3 was going to come out, and they came out with Cerase's Origins too at the same time.
And especially too because a lot of American market is so worried that it won't translate to a lot of the Japanese market is American market is worried that Japanese games won't translate well to the American market. They never even try or never give it a chance. And even if it is a cult classic, you can push and fight and pull. You won't get Chrono Trigger. You won't get Earthbound. I want Mother 3 so bad. I said I wouldn't play it. It's been 15 years. I said I wouldn't play it again until it officially released in America. I'm gonna play it again because it's not gonna happen. I know it won't.
No. You just gotta bite the bullet sometimes and take your game. Take your
baby.
game, baby.
That's my baby. Why can't I have it legally?
Because I mean, look how long it's taken to get us a new Silent Hill.
And that is something too. That's actually very popular in America. Didn't we have like movies also, right? Silent Hill movies?
First movie is probably one of the best video game adaptations I've ever seen. Honestly, the second one, they tried to go 3D with it and it had Jon Snow in it. It was not good. It was not good. It was so bad.
We need to have a session where we look at that because I love bad movies. Give me bad video game movies, especially.
We should do it because we've actually done video game movies, and Trevor knew all the old ones, and I've only known like from Silent Hill up. So Silent Hill was early 2000s. We saw the early. We covered the Mortal Kombat movie before it came out, and I was like, I still haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Is it good?
We still haven't. We need to together. You and me need to watch it together, and then when we make an episode, we can talk about how we reacted to a lot of these because it's always bootleg.
It is because the literal plot armor of that, and I was like, I don't want to watch that. I'm good. Also, SNK Games. If you guys are a fan of Amazon and you have an Amazon Prime account, SNK Games, they're giving away like all of them right now on Prime.
Yes.
So go get them. I'm talking all the SNK games. Every single one. Might have Slug too.
I remain the Neo Geo is the most successful unsuccessful console in the world. Well, the best unsuccessful console, I should say. The best library for unsuccessful consoles because
that's 100%. What else? Gauntlet, Dallas. Spillage says any 80s and 90s Konami games are ridiculously hard. Yes, for no goddamn reason.
Konami's another one.
The early racing games, those were hard. What was it? Outrun.
Mess with those. I don't even mess with those because they're so bad.
Yobi says the Mega Man series 1 to 7 is hard. Yes, the old Mega Man.
Absolutely. Mega Man used to be ridiculous. Another game, cheats. Guide me.
Yep.
Thank you.
Exactly. Contra, Spillage says Contra and Castlevania speedrunners have plenty of time on their hands. No, you want to meet somebody who has a lot of time on their hands? People that are speedrunning Resident Evil games. Because I know a speedrunner that's speedrun Resident Evil 4. And they have like 4,000 hours, and it's kind of disgusting.
Ooh.
Like they've been playing that game nonstop to speedrun it.
That is one of my favorite games ever. 4,000 is disgusting. That's worse than.
Play it. I have to play it
worse
for a
than
Halloween
MMO.
episode.
The fact I can hold your hand. I already offered to hold your hand several times. Like I will be in the Discord call, whatever you need me to for moral support. You're doing great, baby. I believe in you. 100%.
Save me. You know what's the funny thing? I also played Outlast one Halloween, but I've seen speedruns of Outlast, so I'm like, oh, I know if I just run past this, I'll be fine.
Okay.
I can't watch speedruns. I can't watch anybody play it to maintain that scariness. Because I know if I jump over that front bush, once you get past the gate in Outlast, I can skip to the last boss and I will beat the game in 10 minutes. But that's not fun.
No, being scared is part of the fun. And I told Floorhugger earlier that I don't understand what scares her or doesn't because it makes no sense. Like some games are like, oh, I'm gonna play this, and it's like this is way harder than Resident Evil 4. What are you doing?
Yeah, it has. So
like,
yeah,
Resident
I played
Evil,
Evil
like,
Within, and I enjoyed Evil Within, and that's more terrifying than Resident Evil to me.
I'm gonna turn off my camera right now. You talking about fighting?
She's getting mad. She getting mad at me. I loved I love Tango Gameworks games. Like I just finished Ghostwire Tokyo, which is objectively scary.
Yes. What do you do? I don't. Pray for her, please. Let us
Pray
bow
for
our
me.
heads.
You know what?
It's a
I think
nice
it's because
you're praying
I
for.
came from like the Psycho Mantis or Eternal Darkness games that I'm like, oh, or Amnesia, if it creates the environment, I can kind of like fall into the environment. But if I'm streaming is hard for me to be scared because I'm looking at the chat and I'm like trying to pay attention. But if I'm playing it by myself,
Oh no,
Oh.
it's terrifying.
Jeeves just said, Resident Evil 7 VR is one of the scariest. I played Resident Evil 7. I played the whole game twice.
This is why I'm confused.
Don't judge
Lady
me.
D's
Don't judge me.
steps are so terrifying.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
I'm
When
judging
Jack
you.
punches through that wall and busts through that wall when you're Ethan, and he's like, there you are, boy.
The Jack is the scariest, I feel, just like the psychological horrorness of it. He is one of the most scary things that you have to deal with. And you don't want to play Resident
Yes.
Evil 4. I don't
You
know
know,
if I want to do this show anymore. Okay.
I think I should do is, and Jeeves again just brought it up. I kind of scared myself. I've been playing Trek to Yomi, and again, I put it on cheats because I just want to see where it is because I know how the game ends. But if you finish early, it takes you into like a nightmare escape, and I scared myself so bad. So I was like, I kind of want to play this. I kind of want to play Resident Evil just ripped out of my mind because I know it's going to scare me like really badly, but I want to try it.
I'll hold
wanna
your
try it.
hand
I'm gonna
despite
need
my immense disappointment. The inconsistencies of it.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're not gonna be. You're not gonna judge me because you're gonna be
I'm
like,
already done. It's too late. I'm already
well,
in.
you know what? I'm judging you for not playing Mass Effect yet. So
Okay, all right. So we can just move on to the next subject. And say,
if
okay,
everybody doesn't know, Bordy has yet to play a Mass Effect. She has all 3 games and the Legendary Edition because she has Game Pass and has not played any of them.
I am leaving.
She is not leaving. She is staying. I'm calling you out anytime you want to say why.
And you're
playing
mocking me
Resident Evil.
too. Like, oh my god. Okay. All right.
Welcome, baby.
It's like a
girl.
telltale game. It's like a telltale game where it's like, Bordy will remember this. She will remember this.
Will you though? Because the ADHD will take you.
I really won't remember this, honestly. I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, I love you in like 5 seconds. I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna be so disappointed.
And you know what's gonna happen in 5 seconds is Echo the Dolphin.
Echo the Dolphin. Interesting.
Is it hard?
I wouldn't say it's the. I feel like it's hard in most other sense of games back then. For
8 hours?
my whole, like, I used to be bored and just like pull up different just random emulators, and of course Echo is something that you hear about all the time.
All the time.
I haven't played it as much as other Genesis games, I will say, but
PS2.
I didn't think it was that bad compared to a lot of other things. All notoriously hard, but notoriously good. Why are you keeping yourself from greatness? Stop, Yobi. Shh. Stop calling me out. I started it during finals week, and then I picked up Red Dead because I had the whole bundle. They had like a Rockstar
Wait.
bundle, and I was like, ooh, piece of candy.
You ain't played Red Dead yet?
I played. Oh, okay. I
The
played
original. I know you played 2.
No, yeah, I played 2, beat 2. I played Red Dead. I did not beat it because I kept on being distracted because that game in particular, just a whole bunch of side missions. Like, someone would always need help. Like, you would walk 5 minutes. Damn, what you need now? Like,
Yep. Okay, I can. You have to though, because
yeah,
now that 2 is out, it kind of really wraps up the story nicely. And you have to play No, Undead Nightmare, which is the
Undead
DLC, the
Nightmare.
zombie DLC.
Yeah, I
Just
have it.
amazing.
I have my Xbox here. I need to actually plug it in and give it a shot or finish it because I played most of it. Well, some of it, but I kept getting distracted. It was bad.
You know what? We're gonna force her to stream these games so we
Oh
can
my
be there
God.
with her.
Oh
You're
my
streaming,
gosh.
Bordy. No, you're streaming these. Unpacking is like 2 hours. Chicken Police is like 8. Red Dead is gonna be a lot longer, but get some of the short games out the way.
As long as I can force you to play Resident Evil and get your live streams, both Resident Evils, I'll be a happy camper.
You know what? That's on the list with Shadow of the Tomb Raider because that's the only Tomb Raider I haven't played yet, aside from the original one.
Okay. You'll have to play the original one too. I just want to see you play it just so you can be frustrated about the controls.
It's so janky.
It's so janky.
They're so janky. God damn it.
It still looks good. This era, I feel the 16-bit era aged so well, especially comparing it to 3D. The first wave of 3D. I tell people all the time, right? Black, gross, get out of my face.
Yep.
You can go back to SNES games, but very rarely in that N64 era. Some PlayStation games is it good to go back? Very rarely.
Very, very rarely. And that's not a knock on them. The stories are great. They're just they give you the ick.
They were figuring it out, you know?
They were.
Blessings to them. Camera sticks were hard, and only the N64 only the N64 had it on release, right? It took a while until DualShock came in. So Lord forgive them, but it was bad.
We'll forgive him for now. Unless I don't know what number 6 is gonna be. Super Castlevania. Okay. This is when I never played this.
This is the Super Nintendo one? It looks like it.
I think so. Yeah.
I did try these, but mind you, I tried these when I was younger, and I was a little bit stupid when I was younger. So this is something I would like to go back to.
You were not.
Okay, I was bad at
are hard though, because they have no cheat codes at all.
Oh, and the map, if you get lost very easily, this and like Metroid, for as good of a game Super Metroid was, you could get lost so easy and not know where you're supposed to go so quickly.
And they're timed, which I hate timed games. I hate timed sections. Do not time me.
No.
You're gonna give me anxiety. Do not time me. But these games are timed.
Let me take my time, especially with something where I'm trying to figure out where I'm going and who it is, and if this power works with something that I saw like 3 hours ago, and Lord forbid, that's 3 hours gameplay. Lord forbid I put it down for a week. Like, don't do this.
The worst. Like, how do I play this game? Because you don't have the normal control scheme of every other game. What the heck?
Yes.
Super Castlevania. All the Castlevania games, let's be honest, the early Konami games, you've said it. Fuck them games. They're hard.
Yeah. They're really hard, but they're so fun, and it's such a good, like, I will say at the time, nowadays, because like you want to make sure if you give somebody a hint that they know what to do next, and game design has been better in that regard. But I will say for the time, it is
because we're gonna talk about Scorn.
Oh God.
And you said game design has evolved.
I can't wait till you get to that game. I've been waiting because I have not played that game, but I've seen people and I saw you talk about it, and anyway,
I'm gonna fight that game. I'm squaring. I gotta stretch.
I got gumps in the back.
Oh no, we ain't go. No, we go straight bare knuckle boxing. Hold on, let me take my rings off. Hold on, because we.
Oh wow, bare knuckle. You're not even gonna use the rings of the little brass knuckle too?
No. Because Scorn, we'll get into it. Scorn.
They need the whole fist.
It made me so mad that I went to play Valorant. Yeah, it made me go play Valorant.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
All I ever play in Valorant is Sage because I'm a Mercy main. All I do is play healer characters, obviously. And it made me so mad that I'm like, fuck this game. Like I've been playing 20 minutes at a time every night to try to finish it because I know it's gonna leave Game Pass probably
Yeah.
relatively soon. So I'm like, let me get this out of the
Say
way.
this. Say
I've been.
this.
It has the same feeling as Redfall. Like Redfall is 110 gigs. I want to play it. I want to finish it and get it off my PC. Because
Oh, so you can get more
Starfield.
space. Yes. Starfield is gonna
Starfield.
be like a terabyte, please.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to dump something out. It's gonna be bad.
But I will say, this game, the Castlevanias had good game design for that time.
They did. They really did.
For that time.
You can't. And the music.
Oh, excellent.
You know, I only played Symphony of the Night, I think in 2019 or 2020 for the first time. And I was kind of like, oh, I know why people love this. Because that was also, correct me if I'm wrong, Symphony of the Night was the last pixel game before they moved into 3D. And everybody hates the 3D Castlevanias.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, they put their whole Charcuterie into this. They let their Volvi out. Like, oh my god.
Oh my god. The pussy, the ussy, the gussy, all of that just going into this. It was just there. And it was amazing to see. Dracula was a dope ass villain.
Yep.
So good.
Flip his cape off. What is man? It's like, oh, daddy? Damn.
Daddy. Saddy. It's so bad. It's Zaddy. And him just like posted up in the chair, like, like not just.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck. You walking through the door, he like,
I'm chill. Oof. Oh wait.
And then,
oh my gosh. Ugh.
Honestly, I am glad that the Castlevania anime came out because that first. I'm not gonna spoil anything because it's been out for a while, y'all. That first episode when he's like, "I will give you 1 year to make amends," and they don't believe him, and then he slaughters the entire town of Wallachia. It was so brutal.
That's faithful right there.
They made. By the time we had known Dracula, it was like, okay, whatever. He's a demon to be defeated, and now they give him. You guys know I hate backstory games. I don't think we need another Batman backstory game. I don't think we need another Spider-Man. The fact that we got the backstory with the anime, and we actually, I think that's where games are going now. Backstory with their offshoots, because look at Far Cry, Dragon remix,
Blood Dragon,
like give me those backstories. He was, I give you 1 year, and 1 year alone, make your amends. And I would have been the bitch being like, packing all my shit, being like,
I'm not trying to figure out, okay?
I ain't trying. Yeah, I already fucked around. I ain't trying to figure out.
Direct proportionality. Here's the fucking around. Here's the finding out. There's a direct proportionality.
Exactly.
I mean, you're here.
I would love to see. I thought honestly we might have seen another Castlevania because I know Konami. The reason why Castlevania and all their stuff went bad was because they turned them into like pachinko games in Japan. They kind of like stopped caring. So I thought we would see another Castlevania because Silent Hill and all that, but let them cook on it because they now have to compete with like Bloodstain, Ritual of the Night. They have to compete with all these Metroidvanias we've just seen.
So many.
I would love to see another Castlevania come through, but I don't know if it would after like what was that? Mighty Number 9. I don't know if people are ready for another Castlevania game in Castlevania name alone because Castlevania name is going to carry everything.
Oh, not in name alone. The Netflix special helps. I think if they is there I haven't seen it. Is there season 2 or 3 potential, or is it a closed story?
I think they're on season 5.
Oh, 5. Okay, great.
Let me look it up.
Because if there's more season potential, obviously not this next season, but the season next after it, find a way to integrate that with the announcement of the new release. Then that's dual promotion. And
they are
then
on season 5. That was a shot in the dark. Okay.
Oh, okay. The knowledge. Okay. Oh, man, my calls knowing. This is why she created this, guys, because she be knowing. Okay. I'm just here to appreciate it. I'm just here to appreciate her nerddom, honestly. That's why I'm just here to talk. Nah, I'm here to appreciate you. Anyway.
She's trying to work the mommy voice. I don't know. Chase, we were just talking about you, baby, in the other show. Chase
Hi,
Bethia,
Chase.
guys. Chase is a composer for a lot of video games. I was talking about him in the Black Voices in Gaming. He's been on the show. He is an excellent composer. Seriously, go check out his Twitter, Chase Bethia. That's how he spells it, but it's Chase Bethia. It's how it's spelled, you see there. Beautiful man, beautiful music, and he is working on so much stuff that he can't even show us. But show Chase some love because he knows some shit too. He always surprises me with his knowledge.
And hey, Otaku, you're here too. Hi, how you doing?
Otaku, JD, how you doing, baby?
Do I have to do a dab now that you're doing it? Do we?
There we
I'm doing it
go.
like Squidward, and then he was just like, okay.
Yeah, like you didn't want to do it, but too late. We doing it. We doing it.
But I know that Silent Hill is around the corner, and because it's remake season, I feel like this is a decade of remakes.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna see it soon enough, sooner than we think. You know?
I think so, because why literally spend 5 seasons now? Unless it's over now. I don't know if it's over because they said 2021, but everything got put on hold with this pastrami sandwich. I would love to see them have a tie-in because I love movie tie-in games. I'm a bitch for them. I love them. Like,
she is a sadist, guys. I just want you to know that.
I am a sadist. You should hear the laughs I was letting out when Dallas was suffering in pain earlier.
Oh my gosh, a sadist, machismus.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You just love putting yourself or putting others through pain, and when you're playing these movie tie-in games, my goodness, it's a shot in the dark. It's either good or great, or good or awful, and nothing in between.
Hold on.
Nothing in between.
I have one of the best movie tie-in games of all time. Hold on.
Okay, this means that this is awful.
No, this is probably one of the best play in your life, and that is Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith for the PlayStation 2.
Ah,
it is.
That's actually
such a good game. I did a retrospective on about like 3 years ago. Oh, good. Go play it, please. I specifically ordered this off of eBay. It comes with the full booklet. 40, remember these?
I can't. We're gonna do a physical game show, right? Because
oh yeah,
digital physical. Because oh my gosh, how
like
far
the
we
game screen, the main menu. The only game that I've gotten that recently from was ironically Cyberpunk. CD Projekt, their physical editions, they put their whole charcuterie into it.
Oh wow,
like, they really do.
They did all of that into the imaging and acting into the actual game. That's crazy. Wow. Anyway,
you know what? Talking shit, but
Path into Neo was great. That's another game where I wasn't sure if I was just a dumb kid or if it was actually hard. But I guess it's just actually hard. It's actually hard.
I tried playing it on stream. It's hard.
we would all go around the room. That's another game where we didn't have a memory card at the time. We would all go around the room and pass the controller. Get past this part, please. And when the other person died, we passed the sticks.
Hold on. This is gonna be for only a select few people. Y'all see this little square right here? Ignore the game disc. This is where you would put your memory card so you can take it with you on the go.
What does that mean? I don't know what a memory memory card. What?
I have two memory cards over there. They're 8 megabytes. 8 megabytes. That does not even cover an indie game nowadays.
I too have
that holds Grand Theft Auto, SOCOM, like I hold every game I had. That was I have them over there. That's my childhood. Those are my original memory cards that I remember buying from Blockbuster. Because Best Buy wasn't a thing in Canada when I was buying that stuff.
Oh, Best Buy is it a thing now?
Yeah.
Do you guys still have KB toys?
What's that?
Oh, I thought you guys had KB toys. You guys have one of something that's defunct. That's not here.
Radio Shack?
Electronic? Do you guys have Radio Shack?
It's Circuit City now, but yeah, we have Radio Shack.
Oh, you guys still have Circuit City. We don't have either of those. Yeah. Yeah. I was
We
like,
do
you
have
guys have
EB
one of
games
those
though,
things.
but that's
Yes,
just
EB.
GameStop.
Mm-hmm. KB was like EB, but then EB got taken up by KB got taken up by EB. So yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Spider-Man 2. Are we talking about Spider-Man 2? You know what? I want to talk about Spider-Man 3 on the PS2 and the exceptional cutscenes of Spider-Man, save me! I'm gonna die! Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Spider-Man 3.
That is the most
3.
bootleg scene
Shut up.
in all of gaming. I know
Spider-Man 3.
games that are so bootleg and nothing will compete.
Here it is. I had to look it up. I'm going to mute the music that's playing so I can play this out for y'all. Hold on. We're gonna turn it up. It's gonna be a little loud, so let me know.
Help! Please! Someone!
Those eyes.
I'm going to die!
I
Everything
hope you
about
guys
them is
enjoyed that.
beautiful.
I hope you enjoyed that, cause I hope you guys enjoyed that.
The splat. I'm gonna die. The eyes bulging. Like 10 out of 10.
I miss
Comedy
just like dumbass cutscenes. Like the only game that I've seen like brutal cutscenes recently has been Tomb Raider games. Like when do you remember when 2013 Tomb Raider when she's going down the river and the spike through the bottom of the chin?
They are fucking her up in that game.
They do
like,
not care.
They do not. Like, what did Laura do to you? Her eyes are the craziest part. Like,
hot. She was too hot. And Camila, what's her name? Not Camila. Yeah, Camila Langdon. But yeah, the spike through the chin, and then the grabbing at the.
She's based off a real person. Oh, well, let me do some research for no reason.
All right, Bordy, what do you think is going to be number 5? Because apparently we haven't had any game that's above the 2000s yet.
I'm surprised about that. We're gonna get a Dark Souls, one of them.
Is that going to be in the top 5?
5.
Oh, this is also 90s games, I should say.
Oh, these are 90s games. Oh, these are 90s games. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, never mind.
The next list is going to be 2000s.
Ooh, another one. It's gonna be a beat 'em up. It's gonna be a beat 'em up. That's all I could say. That's all I could say.
So. All right. What do you guys think number 5 is gonna be? Don't forget, we've all Super Castlevania 4, Echo the Dolphin, Crash, Spider-Man Maximum Vengeance, and Jet Force Gemini. I'm gonna let you guys. Fuck Ghouls and Goblins.
Ghouls and Goblins, no, that has to be top 3. So that's why I was saying it has to be top 3.
I saw a little sneak peek of it.
Jeez.
Chase, you rewrote the trailer music for the 2013 trailer? I'm not gonna
wow.
lie. Survivor is Born is one of my favorite video game songs. Jeeves is trying to platinum the definitive edition right now. Yes. That is hard. I've tried to do that on PC and PlayStation. Also, don't take any Tomb Raider stuff from me, guys, because last year I played Rise of the Tomb Raider 3 times in 1 year. Literally, I played it on Game Pass, I played it on PlayStation 4, and I played it on PC. So I have a problem.
You are a simp. You are a gay simp, and I love you for it. You are so Gay, we're all gay here. Be who you are for your pride.
Yobi, I know who Yvonne Strahovski is. She's Miranda from Mass Effect 2. I know who she is. Because I was like, she looks too detailed compared to everybody else to not be based on somebody's face. And I remember watching the early trailers before Mass Effect 2 came out. I simped for Miranda hard.
I'm simping now because there is a picture that I like. Okay. We'll save this for later.
Number 5.
I'll send it to you. It's fine.
I have no clue what this could be, even though I did peek it, and it is The Lion King.
Okay, so we're doing good. We're doing good here.
We're doing
We
good.
talked about that.
Yeah, we can skip over that. Number 4.
Aladdin. Aladdin's 4 then. Aladdin's 4. It has to be 4, right? Ooh,
Super Star Wars. I wish
mhm,
Johnny was here to talk about this.
mhm,
This game is,
mhm.
I've played this. This is hard as shit. Like, this is
Yeah.
hard.
You can, the fact that the jumps that you have to do with the little thing that you're on right there. I don't know Star Wars lore. I apologize.
Tanuki, I think. Somebody's
Hugger
gonna have
already
to.
said.
I don't think that's it. I don't think it's a Tanuki because I was about to say a fucking chocobo.
Hugger said she will watch all the movies with me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
took that as a word.
Oh, we're gonna watch the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider movies. We're gonna watch the newest one with Alicia Vikander.
Don't make me a simp right now.
Oh, I can
I will-
recite the Tomb Raider movies, the Angelina Jolie
You are
ones.
so gay.
I was
love you.
so gay. Like I was
You're so gay. I love you.
like Teddy Sheridan. I had a crush on Gerard Butler. Okay, overshare moment. One time after watching 300 and Cradle of Life back to back, I had a sex dream about Gerard Butler. But we're not going to talk about that more. We're going to talk about Super Star Wars.
On camera or not. Anyway, let's deep dive into that.
It's not a Tanuki. I'm sorry, y'all. I know somebody's mad. It's a Tontu. I'm sorry. So sorry. But I've seen the cartridge that this game. We're still in cartridges games. We haven't even got to our newer games. I'm not a Super Star Wars fan. Johnny is. These games are hard. These were arcade games.
They're super fun though. I will say that. And well made movie tie-in. Very well made.
Because they also look like fix some of the combat issues. And the randomly like right in front of you spawning. And this game
I hate that
so good today.
I hate that so much. I will say the jumping with the sword, that move, very OP. I would just go through levels just like that, just spam that. This is how I survived.
I play a lot of the Lego Star Wars games though.
Oh, very cute. And that's as we talk about easing up on difficulty, that's a prime example of, I think, a friendly version, right? Something for the casual market, because it was for the casual market, right?
Oh yeah. Some of them are hard. Dragon says, one thing I ever wanted to see was Mark Vandaloo show up at Comic-Con. He would shut the whole space down. To see him in real life oh Jesus! See him show up in real life Shepherd armor. I've met Mark Mears, the voice actor for Commander Shepard. I haven't met Jennifer Hale, but Mark Mears grew up in my town, and he still does like live shows here sometimes. He is a sweetheart, and I got him to say that this is my favorite store on the Citadel, and I was like, I know you probably hear this all the time, but like,
oh, that's so sweet.
Hearing you say that, because Mass Effect 2 came out when I was in high school. I was like, hearing you say that, like, brought a little tear to my eye, Mr. Mears, and I hope you have a great time doing whatever you do. And I know they're on board to do voices for the next Mass Effect. If they're doing it, though, I don't know.
Hold on, before we get to the next comment, shut the fuck up, Jeez. Shut the fuck up. He said, don't let this distract you from the fact that in 1998, The Undertaker threw Laura Croft off the Hell in a Cell and plummeted 16 feet.
Jeez, you absolute shit.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm fighting you, Jeeves. No, actually, Bordy's fighting you, because I've been fighting everybody today.
I will let Hugger save her hands. I'm gonna borrow her rings just for these hands, please.
You're right. Mark Vandaloo was the face model, but they own his face model for Commander Shepard, so they could do whatever they want. They really could. All right, number 3. I don't know. We've already gone through hard ass games.
Aladdin. I'm surprised the DuckTales game wasn't on there, but that made me 89. Miss. Interesting. Okay. Is this because it's confusing?
Yeah, because there's no direction.
Okay.
It's the scorn of its day.
Because I was gonna say Myst was such a popular, like revolutionary game for the in-game models, and the story was great. And you think of a PC gaming, right? Old school
Mm-hmm.
PC gaming. You think of Myst, and I was thinking, man, but wasn't Myst really fucking hard? And
Yeah,
there
they
you go.
remade them.
Yeah.
Like 3 years ago, they remade Myst, and then its sequel. I can't remember the sequel, but
Mhm.
still, I'm like, it has the old LucasArts mentality of
Yeah.
you have to get the dog to chase you around the thing 3 times before you can do what you need to. Yeah. Okay, Myst. Pop off.
Yeah, man. Those puzzle games, like now, it's funny how we were talking about how we play puzzle games and like somehow we would feel like dumb playing them. But back then in those games, like it would literally like give you a leaf and it would be like, well, obviously this leaf, there are 6 nods in this leaf. So that means you have to go across the room 6 times and then you have to
Yeah.
fart in the corner. And when you fart in the corner, then that means it opens up like a
Yup.
leaf. And that's where the puzzle is. And it's just like, what? No.
That makes no sense.
At all.
Why do you make it so difficult? Come
For
on.
no reason.
No reason. Myst, you can eat my ass because I'm never gonna play you again. I played you once. No. No. Number
we're
2.
eating
We're in our last
Eating
2
his
before we
ass?
get in.
Eating
I'm
his
eating
ass?
his ass. Eating his
Eating
ass. We're
Eating
on our
niggas'
last
ass.
2 games before we get into the early 2000s. And 2000s, there's some games I just took a peek at it that I don't think we're ready for. I think we're ready
It-
for. Or,
It has to be super Ghost and Goblins, please. Like that game has
I'm
to be
surprised
in
it's
there.
not here.
Ghosts
And let's see
and
if it's number 2. Super Ghosts and Goblins. There we
Yeah,
go.
super Ghouls and Goblins. Oh, Ghost.
They remade this like 4 years ago.
Oh, did they? Did you try the remade one?
Hell no. I like
Okay.
myself.
Yeah, well, I don't. And so it's free if you have Nintendo Online. So I was like, I remember this game. I remember downloading it. I remember it. I remember like I was asked, but I'm older. I'm wiser. Clearly, I should be better. I didn't get 5 feet before I was
Yep.
like,
Yep. This game, it really embraced the arcade era of fuck your tokens, fuck your dollars. Let me be as hard as I can. Hard. And not the good hard. Not the bricked up. This is just like, I'm gonna waste your time. But apparently it's a really good game. I haven't seen much gameplay of it because I refuse at this point. It's been 20 years, 30 years, I don't care.
Sometimes I scroll on TikTok, and because like I guess the algorithm knows I stay longer for like retro style games. Like I saw somebody at like close to the near the final level, and like it does the thing where like cool games back in the day would do, like I think Castlevania did this too, where they like change the perspective so the stage is like moving like and rotating while you're jumping, and there's shit being thrown at you, and then this game is already hard. What do you mean that they throw even more shit at you?
No.
I was just surprised that I saw that much of the game, because even I feel with the Game Shark, you can only get like 20 extra lives. So I'm getting 5 feet further and not seeing anything. I need 1,000,000 lives, and I could barely get past the first stage in this. Straight up.
Right, because if you failed one stage, you went back to the beginning. There was no checkpoints. You went back to the beginning. Because this game is so goddamn hard. And now that this is number 2, what the hell is number 1?
It can be Aladdin, because that should have been 1. I feel like that's the hardest game.
See, Battletoads.
Battletoads. Easy. Now that I think about it, obviously.
I want to fight this game. I want to fight this game.
We will tag team this, okay? We will be like Undertaker.
We have to. We interviewed the game director, AJ, from Delilah Studios of the new Battletoads.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, we wanted to make it accessible for people because like we're trying to sell a game at the end of the day. We're not trying to 20 years later, we're looking at, oh, this is a good game, but it sold like 10 copies. I was like, I respect that. Because it also has the original difficulty modes, and I'm like, no, I'm good.
Is that accessible? Because I played those, and it's still hard as shit. Is that accessible?
It's so hard. It's so hard. It's so hard. Like, I want
Lord,
to cry.
Lord forbid he gets in the motorcycle section. If by any chance, in a miracle land that you do with
No.
save states,
No. No.
am I supposed to predict the future? Like, am I
Yeah,
supposed to be
no.
raping Simone? But instead, even she has a vision like 20 minutes ahead is only once. Like, I need that every every millisecond.
Yes. These games, I'm surprised. Oh, hold on. Thunderstorm rolling through. God damn it. Oh, you know what? It's blowing out all the smoke that we send into New York. So enjoy that.
Oh,
We got thunderstorms right now.
Oh, look at you being a polluter.
Hey. No Americans care that people lost their whole livelihoods. They're just concerned about the smoke, so.
I mean, who cares about y'all? I just care about smoke. This is inconveniencing my day. I can't have my chai mocha latte. How can I look out of my 50 million story
fight you.
apartment?
I was gonna fight you. Go fight you.
As soon as I see you in real life, we're gonna fight each other. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh,
Pay-per-view, guys.
I have one last game of the 90s that is considered one of the hardest games of all time, but it never came to North America. And
Ooh.
that is Hagane Final Conflict. Now, if those that know it, it's considered probably the hardest NES and or is it SNES? One of the hardest games of all time. But since it never came to North America, most people never got to play it. I don't even think today it's even on Nintendo's list. But it was a samurai game that was super hard, that was super unforgiving, but it looks like an innocuous game. But like, just look at that. Look at all that. Those bodies can also touch you sometimes because they're not dead when they fall down sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. At least give me invincibility for dead bodies.
No. And they'll spawn behind you, they'll spawn in front of you, they'll throw things at you, and look at all the shit that's already on the screen. Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
Hagane.
No, and this is one of those games that, just like Super Ghouls and Goblins, where it feels like, oh man, this would be wonderful to experience because it looks fun, and then you play it, and then you just want to throw your Super Nintendo out the window. Like,
I've never made it past this chapter, so I'm gonna kind of skip ahead to see what we get. I've never seen this ever.
How far did you get into it?
Girl, you expecting I made it past the first 30 seconds of the opening?
Oh, you just like me, Super Ghouls and Goblins. Never mind,
This game
right?
is so hard.
She's
So
just
hard.
like me for real.
And because it's like, if you can see up here, it's all
Yobi,
in
you are
Japanese. Like, none of the stuff is in Japanese. Or none of the stuff is in English.
Time, stage.
Stage 2.3. 3.2.
Nissan.
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 Let's go to the early 2000s games. This is from a Watch Mojo article. I know Watch Mojo is, but
No. I am not even that, because Watch Mojo helped me for something, and I'll send that article your way so you can prep for that afterwards. But yeah, so it's starting off great. We're starting off in classic, right?
The one we were talking, and this isn't even the original game. This is the when it started to go 3D. This is Ninja Gaiden Black.
The original ass. Okay, so Hugger, you gave
now?
me.
I think.
Huh?
I think
You
this
said
is
what?
called Sigma now. It's on
Oh
Game
yeah,
Pass.
the re-release. Yeah, the re-release
Yeah.
is Sigma 2 and something
like
else.
that.
But it's a PlayStation re-release and 0 and something like that.
Yep.
But this is actually the second version too, by the way, because it's black instead of regular Ninja Gaiden. Because I went and researched it because I was like, you know what? Let me prep for this a little bit. Let me just see. Maybe I was a bad gamer, like I said, when I was young.
Yeah.
Let me load this shit up and then maybe it's not as bad. And I was playing through the first level, and I was like, "Oh, the camera controls are wonky," but it's like an early initial release Xbox game, so it's fine, whatever. But this is cool. Maybe I was tripping, and then you get to that nigga right there, and then
Yep.
he just hands it to you, and they're like,
Yep.
"Oh, okay, never mind. This is
He's the
where it
first
starts."
boss. Like, why is this game so goddamn hard?
It only gets worse.
That's why when people say, "Oh, this game is hard, it's difficult. Oh, it's like it's a Soulsborne."
Yeah.
Y'all ain't never played these Ninja Gaiden games then.
No.
Like Ryu Hayabusa out here putting his whole Sharkusi into I'm gonna make your life difficult and you're gonna remember it for the rest of your life. These are on Game Pass. Go play these 3 games.
I'm gonna make it
that's so
hell. Oh, you like fun? And the thing is too, the combat is fun. Once you get over control scheme, combat is fun, fluid, great. Like, of course I understand why it's critically acclaimed. I also understand why every minute I was like swearing in every different language that I know, and I only know one really. So I was just using all the English. It still holds up. It still holds up great.
Oh yeah.
But one thing I will say, and this is a separate list, a hugger. But I was talking about how this is the second edition, right? Because the first edition was really hard. Obviously, it's a hard game.
Yeah.
So this is Ninja Gaiden Black. What would happen is that after you die, I think like 5 times on a particular part in this game, they would say, "Oh, you poor baby, you stink at video games," and then say, "Oh, you want to lower the difficulty?" And if you click yes, then they'll be like, "Oh, because we made it easier on you." Like, so disrespectful.
I remember that he would get a pink armband.
Yeah,
I remember that. Oh, they really didn't give a fuck about your feelings back in the day. Okay.
Oh my god, there are whole games like that. It's a whole category. For time, we could cut some of it out, but like, there are whole games that were just like, "Oh, you poor baby, you stink at video games," and this was one of them. Yeah.
You guys need to go play this, and I this is a game I will honestly recommend you go play with cheats because they are very hard. And I'm not saying they're hard because I'm bad at games. I know I'm bad at games, but they are hard. If you've played like Sekiro and stuff, double the difficulty. Because it's also a Metroidvania where you have to go back sometimes. And you have to go unlock these areas, and there's secret areas and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's super confusing to navigate. And I will say, damn, I lost my point.
I wanted to hear it. It must have been so good.
No, it's good. It's good. When people talk about like old games would drop you into some shit. You're like, I don't know what the controls are. I don't know anything. You just go. I will, and like there was no scaling. It was just start. Hell from the beginning. I will say, at least, even though the scaling eventually becomes crazy, at least it didn't feel bad initially.
No, they still feel good. They're dated, but
yeah, it's not like it's hell from the get-go like a lot of older games were. So better game development. Yeah, better.
It's not an Onimusha where you're fighting against everything. But Onimusha was more of a samurai Resident Evil than it was a combat game. Ninja Gaiden's just straight combat.
Yeah, character action. We just beat ass right now,
I don't know what number 10 or number 9 is gonna be. Dwarf Fortress. I don't know what that is.
No. If you've never played Dwarf Fortress, so they already know that we haven't. You're probably wondering what you're looking at. I am. Give
me.
Oh, it's freeware.
A review from 6 months ago. Okay, let's see what this is.
It said it was freeware, so maybe it finally got an official publisher.
Maybe. Oh god, this is like the old Elder Scrolls games.
I can't tell. It's like Fallout, right? The old Fallout games, or okay.
Yeah. Old Sims, old Fallout. Nah, this is. I can tell you immediately, it's not my type of game.
Not my cup of tea. The scope of those, I can do tycoons because tycoons are a little bit more guided, but when you have to like create everything by yourself,
Yep.
it loses me a little, you know?
Okay, yeah, not my type of game, but I see why people like it. Okay, number 8. What we got? What we got? Oh, MDK2. These games.
I
They're
know you're a BioWare
strange.
fiend, so please explain to me because this is also something that I'm not as aware of.
These
It is a
were
game too. Interesting.
strange. I'm not gonna lie. These are like in that ugly era. MDK1 and MDK2. I don't remember what the story is. You have like a Interplay and BioWare. You have like a suit and you would go and do all kinds of things, but they're strange games.
It looks fun and quirky. Like I'd give it a chance, right?
Yes. They might be free on GOG. I'm not 100% sure. But it is like Doom. It's like when it got to 3D, they're just strange. I don't know how to. It's one of those you have to play it to experience it because they're weird and they're wild. And if you've played a BioWare game, you're like, oh, I can kind of see this, especially the first Mass Effect. But like, don't forget, after this, they did Dragon Age Origins, which was a D&D game through and through. And then did Mass Effect. So yeah, they might be free on GOG, MDK1 and MDK2. I recommend you play them. But you might be like, this is very 90s. And the fact that it's on a hard list, I don't know if I want to play it.
I feel like Strange and Dreamcast goes together, just like that Seaman game. So, you know, it makes sense.
That Seaman game is funny though.
It's so funny. Like, why did we do this?
Oh wait, the difficulty of the original Dreamcast version was so common that the criticism for the PC version, they added 4 difficulty settings as well as a manual save. Oh, so this game was hard.
Yeah. That's no, I don't want that. It's $8 now in GOG.
Oh man, they were giving it away for free for a while. They must have said, y'all need to pay now.
Life ain't free. Not this either. This ass beating ain't free.
Oh, Shinobi.
Shinobi is just like Ninja Gaiden in terms that it's just, oh, you like fun? Well, you're not gonna have fun playing this. Well, you will have fun with the mechanics, but that's only the mechanics, not actually playing the game.
Yup. I remember Shinobi, and and Demon Souls is number 6, which this is our first Soulsborne games. I forgot it like barely makes the cut for early 2000s because 2009.
2009.
Barely. I'm gonna let you slide, Demon Souls, because you're that bitch. Okay. I think the remake is better now, though.
Yeah.
See, number 5. I don't know how to say that.
Ikagura. What is Ikagura?
This is an awful game. Awful in the sense that if you were not ready for it, let me show you the Switch announcement trailer.
Oh, there's a Switch announcement trailer. Ooh, I wish I had popcorn so I can.
Peggy 17. Why did I say 17?
It was a 7. Yeah.
Through and through.
And again, bullet hells are. Oh, I actually saw this at GDQ the other day, to be honest. Yep. So yeah. Though that last level is just, how do you concentrate? How do you concentrate?
You don't. This is the people that play Dark Souls. You can see the patterns while you sleep.
You can see through the Matrix. You could see through the Matrix.
You can see through the Matrix. If you're playing that, yeah.
I'm telling you right now, when it comes to that, I'm blue pill. Or is it the blue pill is the one where you're just living normal life, right? Because I can see anything. I'm just here, dang it.
I haven't watched Matrix in so long, I don't know anymore.
We just need to watch movies together, clearly. This is what we're learning from this conversation.
I think so. Number 4, F-Zero. Okay, yeah. F-Zero games were hard. I can see that.
Move too quickly. Of course,
Yes.
graphical achievements, basically tech demos.
Yep.
But because it's so fast that it's hard to actually stay on the stage. But again, like racers are never my thing, so I just thought it was just because I was bad at racers, not because of the fact that no, it's actually bad. It's actually hard.
This also might have been the PSP game too, which adds that added layer of bullshit on top of it. But F-Zero, pop your pussy out.
Pop that pussy out.
Pop it
That
out.
little nub, that PSP nub, fighting for its life. It was so nice sometimes, and then so fucking I want to fight you other times.
Oh, she's gotten the violence. She's choosing violence.
I've learned it from you. I am a nice cuddly person. I hug people. I am. Your name is the floor hugger. I am a hugger, and now I'm fighting people. Wow. I've learned violence, guys.
Wow, that's very American of you to put it on me. Wow.
I put it on everybody here, so it ain't well.
You're not, because that's a special gift. Your body a temple, and you putting it on people as a temple.
Extra hard. I can give you that extra put on, you know.
We dabbing out here. Number 3 could be Devil May Cry 3.
Yes.
And Mega Man 9. We already saw it.
Yeah. Both the Mega Man series, all the Mega Mans, honestly, and Devil May Cry. It wasn't until 4 where people started to actually play them and like them.
Yeah.
They would be so difficult, it would lower their score. Whereas Ninja Gaiden, it was like, it's difficult, but like it's just break my controller, let me try it again.
Exactly.
Dante's was, I don't want to play this no more.
Wasn't 4 the controversial one because they released a North American version that was dumbed down?
Yeah, they did. You Americans are not good. You're not good at this.
They're not wrong though.
Right? They're not.
We have no patience for anything.
North Americans are just on. At least you Canadians have 3%. Like Americans will just they'll run you over and be like, "Damn it, why do you get in my way? Like you hurt me."
Canada is the lake, while US is GTA 4. Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Man, the lake? Why not?
Cause we know it's gonna be cold 8 months out of the year, so we're just vibing.
Oh, that's true, and it's nice and peaceful. I say you guys have a little bit, except the gossip. There's a little hidden underbelly where it's like, ooh, it's a little spicy. But
you know I can't even talk shit because we just had several schools and hospitals be put on lockdown because people were making bomb and gun threats. So I can't even. Y'all need to. I think we need to build that border we were talking about.
Right,
Mexico,
the American is
right
running, rubbing off of you, and I just like.
It is. I need to
getting all of it.
I need to separate because y'all are wilding out.
Wait until I move there, then you can.
I don't think you're ready to move here. I don't think you're ready for the cold. I do not think you're ready for the cold.
For SNGs, I want to visit you while it's cold, but also I want to just visit in the summer because why? Why would I do that to myself?
Even summer, I think you'll be like, it's not hot enough.
Oh no, absolutely not. One thing, I think I was, I still got some New York blood in me. How long have I stayed in New York? Only a few years of my life, but I am not a humidity girl. I'm not a humidity girl. I'll say that. Humidity's
I don't
gross.
do humidity. Nope.
Yeah, it's awful. I can take that. I can leave that. I'm sorry. You could take that, not me.
I live in pretty much the Texas of Canada, so it's dry. Now on the East Coast is that humidity is no joke.
Holy crap. Toronto, right by all those lakes? Absolutely not. That shit is muggy as absolutely not.
I was gonna move there for school. I'm like, I see why they have AC over here all the time. Every building has AC there. Here we don't have AC.
It could be 70 degrees and you're just wet with sweat because of humidity. And it's just, this is gross. This is gross.
Exactly. I'm good. Toronto, you can keep your your Great Lakes and your humidity. I remember it like I'm standing still. How am I sweating standing still? I hate this.
It's so like people don't know like there's 90% humidity here on the reg during the summer, and like this is not
No.
you talk about we can't handle each other's environment, to be honest,
No.
because I want you to come down here and you
Too
you
hot.
not even step outside. You can't even open the window. It's so bad.
I went to San Francisco and I was like, oh, I hate it here. I went during an Indian summer where it was like 120 every day, and I hated it. Oh, it was so bad.
Oh, but I feel like I can do the dry heat because at least when you're underneath something and a wind is blowing, like it's fine. But in humidity, it wraps around, it suffocates you. It's like a blanket, but a sweaty blanket. Like when you sit down on a seat and it's already warm.
It's like somebody sat on my seat.
Yes.
Somebody sat on my toilet. What the hell?
On the toilet is hot.
You want some warm cheeks? We're so off topic.
Absolutely.
What is the last 2010s game or early 2000s game? Oh, God Hand. Oh, they're giving us a bunch.
Oh, those are. I want to be the guy. Meat Boy also too, but I want to be the guy. Yeah, those. I feel like that doesn't count though.
No, that's a troll movie. That's a troll game.
Yeah, there are games that are specifically made to piss you off. Like at least I could say like God Hand being an early game. It was just like we're gonna punish you, right? Versus I want to be the guy. It's just like I want to laugh at you being punished. Like
it's a Unfair Mario. It's Cat Mario. It's
Yeah.
all of those troll games from back in the day. Maximo though, Maximo and the like Army of Zim and all them. Oh, hey yo. Somebody get their mama because I'm about to punch mama in the throat. I've never played Spelunky, but God Hand has a Resident Evil thing where it scales to you, which if you playing good, it's gonna play you.
And honestly, the few times I did play, I was played out like a pimp. Not even gonna lie, they played me out, man. I'm still feeling the front hand, back hand to this day. No, not this.
We don't complain about that. Now we're gonna get into a list that I don't know if you're gonna be able to keep up with because this is the 2010s list.
Some of them I will, some of them I won't. I'll be honest.
Okay. We see Cuphead, we see Dark Souls. I'm thinking in this cut little side by side. I don't know. Yo. Yobi says humidity is so bad in Miami right now. Going outside and standing still for 30 seconds to a minute, you'll start sweating. No, bitch, no.
Miami is another one of them gross places, and it's like people vacation here and they want to get naked, and it's like even if you naked, you go to the club and you just like you normally are covered in sweat after the club, but then it's humidity and it's just like bounce that ass. It feels like bounce that ass. The environment, it's just it's gross.
And see, I'd be in there with a full-on parka, be like, y'all AC is too goddamn high. Can y'all chill out? Like, take your AC down to 16 notches. We do not need Arctic temperatures in this bitch. Just because y'all are sweaty doesn't mean everybody else that's walking through this door are gonna be sweaty.
You're a polar bear. It kind of turned you into a polar bear, right?
I mean, yeah, but it will be -50 in 6 months. So, actually less than 6 months. It'll start getting cold in October, so...
I don't know when I'm gonna visit you.
Before it gets to -50, because that's usually February, December, sometimes January.
I want to say I want to experience it, but then I want to say
it snowed in June before here, so like full on snowed and stuck to the ground.
Not like the global warming type something, but like normal. Like this is just like it on a reg. Like please tell me.
I was fully expecting one more snow before we did our anything E3 related. I was like, yeah, I'm expecting one more snow. And it didn't happen this year, but I was surprised. It didn't happen because all of our forest fires.
There you go, Smokey. Capping it up for the Canadians, right? It's throwing over the Americans, but at least you're warm and insulated.
Exactly.
Shout out to you,
Y'all out
Smokey.
here.
Hold it down.
You want the smoky. You want to experience the campfire season in Canada. And here it is. And speaking of campfires, Dead Cells. Oops. Banging game.
I have heard. It looks gorgeous. Looks completely gorgeous. But then it also looks like I'd want to throw my controller.
Because it's a roguelike. You know why I think this game is so popular? More than it, not more than it deserved, because it is a good game. This was the game that Philip Mewson stole the whole review from that small indie channel and tried to play it off for Nintendo or for IGN or whatever he was working for at the time, and then invited the internet to say, I have never stolen a review in my life. I dare you to look at the rest of my reviews. And people went through all of his reviews and pointed out like half of them were stolen reviews.
People will diss you so hard. Why would you do that? Just say I'm sorry. People will diss you anyway, but don't invite it.
He really said, I have done nothing wrong, internet. Try to find me stealing stuff. And they did.
I'm invisible. Try me, bitch. Oh, we trying you hard.
He tried to make a comeback a couple years ago and people said, no. Fuck you.
Oh no. Once you're emboldenedly loud and wrong in the sphere of the internet, good luck coming back from that. Good luck. You need to be charming as hell. Good luck.
He tried it so bad. That's why I think this game, it's on Game Pass. It's not bad, but it is like a roguelike that like, oh, after the first few cycles, I get it. It's a roguelike, but it's like, damn. This kind of follows the formula. Like, I would say Hades is a better game than Dead Cells, in my opinion. But Dead Cells is still a good game, but I think because of that controversy when it first launched, it did help bring it into the cultural zeitgeist. Because people like Forbes was talking about him stealing the review. I'm like, Forbes.
And you don't even do. You're not even supposed to be here right now, so it's crazy that you are here. What's going on?
Like, I remember your Cuphead review when the guy couldn't even jump over the thing. Get out of here, Forbes. I felt bad for that guy, though.
Calling the kettle. Pot calling the kettle.
I can jump over. I've played and finished Cuphead, ma'am. Thank you.
Oh, no, not you. I'm talking about Forbes, not you.
Oh, yeah.
I believe in you. God, gamer, come on now.
Don't believe in me because I put cheats on to finish it because I knew I wasn't going to finish it. That game is so hard. That game is so hard.
Hey, life is hard too. And also, too, you play a lot of video games, so cheats also help out the fact that you have to go through a lot of video games as well.
The worst is when we're doing a review and there's no cheats and no guides because you're reviewing it before time, and it's like, okay, let me just, okay. Put
on my big girl britches, but the big girl britches ain't big girling right now.
Exactly. I just want somebody to hold my hand. But Dead Cells, you're number 10, and that can only mean that Sekiro. Okay. Yeah.
I have also heard plenty of infamous things about this, but
it's a From Software game. We know it's hard. Like, it's hard. But it also has the verticality of having a grapple, but like, just look up the Snake Eye Shirogami fight. Look up the fight with the last dragon. This game is hard, and the boss fight with your teacher, not Genichiro but his dad, they will deliberately counter everything you do. So there's like, you have to take your hard knocks from it, and I hate that. I hate when I'm supposed to deliberately lose. The first fight you do, you're supposed to deliberately lose. But what if I'm good? I'm not, but what if I am?
I hate that mechanic so much because it's like, I don't know what to do. It's one of those things where you try over and over and you're like, maybe I'm fucking up. And it's like, no, you're supposed to fuck up, but it's like it doesn't feel right like I'm supposed to.
Right.
Earthbound has one of those. And it's just like it, but instead of like it asks you every time, do you sure you want to do it? And of course you're like, no, I don't
Yes,
want to do
bitch.
this. And then you're supposed to be like, yes, bitch. And it's like, but I am a bitch. So
Exactly.
have you
Help
considered that?
me. Help me.
Help me.
Sekiro, and they also have the thing we didn't ever see in other Soulsborne. We've seen it in Wulong as a posture meter. So basically, like every time you block, they can break down your block, but you can also break down theirs. So it's like a race to break down the posture meter, and you can crit them if you do, but you still gotta hold out for them attacking you. And there's a boss. It's the see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. It's 3 monkeys that are invisible that you have to find across an imaginary realm. And I'm like, okay.
This is something I want to do. And you're just
I
in
don't
tears
know.
the whole time.
I've watched speedrunners do it in 2 hours, and I was like, that would take me 2 months to finish.
No.
Okay. And that's on a good
Nev-
day.
If you want to humble yourself, you watch speedrunners, but never do it like just for casual, because then you'll be disappointed in your life. Your entire
Yes.
life. Question all your life's choices.
I've been watching, like I said, I think it's SGDQ, Summer Games Done Quick, and somebody just beat Breath of the Wild in an hour and 13 minutes blindfolded. I was like, I've been playing for like 20 hours, bitch.
I watched that live, and I was like, "Oh, you're counting steps. Oh, you're actually doing against Gandalf. Like that's
Get
wild.
off! Get off!
You're doing that against Gandalf? How?
Mhm.
Sweat.
I'm like, I haven't even finished one of the Divine Beast at all. I know you don't have to finish it; it'll make the fight easier. But I'm like, I just got to Gerudo Town. I haven't even met the bird people yet. Like,
Yeah.
help me, please.
I hate speedrunners. It'll make you feel so inadequate. And it's like they're doing that with default weapons too, right? Because you can get a master sword, you can get a shield, you can get all of these, and then they'll do it with a stick that they found from a regular bokoblin. It's just like,
Yeah.
I hate it here.
Oh, it makes me want to fight them so much. Speaking of, I just watched a speed run of the I Want to Be the Guy, and he beat it in an hour and a half, I think.
Oh God.
And I'm
I don't
like,
want to
no,
be
no,
that
no,
much
no,
of a guy. I don't
No.
want to be that much of a guy.
No, I want to be that bitch, not that much of a guy. And oh, we talked about Crash. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
this is the
we talked about it.
Insane trilogy, though.
I
It's
like
still
how,
hard.
hey, this game was hard. How about we give it even harder? Like, why? Why would you do that? Don't do that to me.
Because I don't think it would have been as successful as it was if they had not kept it difficult. Let's be honest.
I mean,
People remember it
there
being hard.
there will be people who are keyboard persons, and I remember back in the day when it was great and it was hard and I loved it and I loved getting killed every second. So those people will always exist. But
Yo.
I just like sizing you up for failure.
Right? I don't like pop off. Enjoy your hard games, but don't also look at people that want to experience the game but easy, because somebody walk me through it. Somebody do it for me, please.
I want to brush on that before we head out, because I think that's great. But anyway, let's continue.
You know what? This might be a problematic take, but I do not like when people use cheats or use easy mode in story games. So like Last of Us, I don't want, because or like Tomb Raider. I want you to. Yes, sometimes the AI is unforgiving and it can be dumb, especially if you're doing like I've just started my death march for Witcher 3. It's gonna be hard. But I also know that they've balanced the game, and the story game is enough for me to be like, yes, as a Witcher wandering through the world, I know this is what it's supposed to be like, and I want to experience it. If it's a game like this, or like a Wulong, Wulong, where I'm not super invested in the story, I'm gonna put shits on. Like, I don't care about the story. I just want to play.
I feel like a lot of modern games, especially more story focused games, they've done a way better job. It's not like where Myst had a great story, but
Mhm.
you just had to figure out from the leaf notches, right?
Yup.
Nowadays, games, especially more narrative based or more popular games, they've at least allowed an opportunity to get out of Dodge.
Yes.
And we I guess we can talk about analysis here, but like a lot of people have a problem with that. For sometimes I feel like it can cheapen a little bit of an experience because sometimes I'm like playing Grand Theft Auto and like I die like twice and I'm like, man, I know I can get it. And then it's like, hey, you wanna just skip ahead? I'm like, no, bitch, shut up. Like I got this. Like stop.
Let me do this. Exactly.
I got it. Stop it. Hey, it's like a backseater in Reddit where they're like, well, all you need to do is like go across the way. Like, no, I got it.
Let me
Um,
do it, please. Yeah.
let me do it. Please, let me do it. But
Please. I know what I'm doing. I've played games before. I swear.
I just need to get around that corner and then I'm fine, right? But I do think there are people who just like can't, and whether it be because they're younger, whether it be
Mhm.
no one acknowledges accessibility. Like there are some
Right?
people who physically can't.
Exactly.
I think it's important to have games where you can skip sections or it helps you, right? Immediate
Mhm.
checkpoints has been a beautiful blessing in games. I play Metroid Dread and like you're going against those stupid alien things that like stop you and robots and they're very annoying, right?
Yes.
And I don't like them. Well, I don't mind them in some of the early ones. Some of the later ones are very cheap in my opinion.
Yes. Yeah.
But at least the checkpoint is right there. And so when you're going against those initial ones, it can feel cheap. But when you're going against those later ones, I feel like I would put the game down and honestly, like, not want to beat it because they're so cheap. So I understand and recognize its purpose. And one thing I think it is great game design to at least give you the option. You can say yourself that I did this by myself, and that's great for you. But I think it's important to make games more inclusive. And for us, who are committed to playing games and are sadists and masochists
I don't know what
and
you're
don't
talking
I know exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
about.
And want to just go through struggle and acknowledge that struggle happens. We'll go through it and it's fine. But there are other
Exactly.
people who want to experience games that just can't. And it allows and bridges that gap so we don't have to worry about finding cheats, right? We don't have to worry about buying a Game Shark, right? In order to get
Mhm.
experience this wonderful game. And I feel like story mode games in particular have done a great job of allowing you that guidance, whether it be through assist mode and control, uh, all the Nintendo games I feel like have had assist modes in general. New Super Mario Wii, like they literally play
Yep.
the game for you. And for some
Yup.
people, I don't like it, blah blah blah. But it's not for you, dear. It's
Exactly.
for the kids. It's for the people who have accessibility problems. It's for the shorties. It's for the shorties. Shout out to Aqua Teen Hunger Force. But yeah, let people live. Let people enjoy games that aren't you. Because not everybody's a god tier gamer, capital
And
G
I
gamer.
mean, we have arachnophobia modes. Why can't there be? I think as much as I was not a super fan of it, Last of Us 2 has the best accessibility I've ever seen in a game. Like
Mm-hmm.
they really busted it down. They different colors, colorblind mode, auditory modes, gameplay modes, and
Mhm.
just cuz we can willingly play these games with our controllers does not mean or keyboards, whatever, does not mean everybody can. And you should let people, as long as you can enjoy the story with somebody and you can have the same conversation that they beat this thing, it shouldn't matter how they play it. Because we all can't have games like Resident Evil 4, the original, where it had scaling difficulty, where it was so
No.
seamless you didn't notice.
Mhm,
You need to
mhm.
let people enjoy these goddamn games. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting there alone talking about, oh, this game was great, but I'm the only one that's ever played it, and that's why it never got a sequel.
Yo,
Cool.
preach.
Cool.
Preach.
Go enjoy your game by yourself.
And
Not boarding. Oh my god.
one more thing. Oh, I know. I'm always running through her mind. Look
You
at
and
that.
Des today.
God.
On my mind. On my
She loves me that
motherfucking
much,
mind.
guys.
I'm in love. What can I say?
Great. It's okay. Me too, baby.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You shouldn't leave us in a room together. It's a mistake.
No, they left us alone. They really did.
Now it's just the two of us.
Mm,
But
mm,
I will don't say it like that. I
mm.
will say that for the accessibility thing, I almost when I was still doing the software engineering path, before I
No.
realized it wasn't my thing. Shut up.
Mm.
I was interviewing for Microsoft, and Microsoft had just come out with their accessibility controller, and I was in the workings of probably working with the accessibility Xbox team.
Yeah.
Um, and there are so many, like during the interviews and talking through things and stuff like that, or talking with recruiters, there are so many people of needs that want to play and experience some of these games, and they've come up with like bootleg systems or like
Mhm.
Jimmy rigged something to make it work, but there are still so many gaps in between. And although the accessibility controller, you can't say, is a big step, there are so many other disabilities it does not have an ability for. Um,
Exactly.
and it's so important for games to continue to have all those color blindness. Fortnite does a good job of showing, and even though like regular people who have hearing use the, like, I can tell where the footsteps are coming from and it has a sonar for that, it's still good for hard of hearing people to also have that as well.
Yep.
And so there's a lot more gaps that people need to go through, and it's just about making sure that games are good and accessible and fun, because as you said, these releases, you want to make sure they're there, so you're not like me still waiting for a Mother 3. That's never gonna happen.
Nope.
So
Nope.
yeah,
Not happening.
don't be like me, guys. It's like a
Yeah,
do
don't be
not
a
do
fool.
drugs.
Don't be a fool.
Hey, I wasn't gonna say the F word. I said dumbass.
fool.
All right, not fool.
You a fool. Dumbass is like, oh, that's my one moment. You a fool for how long have you been waiting for Mother 3?
Let me drink my dumb bitch juice in peace. Thank you. Like,
No.
Hmm.
No. Yobi says, do you think the next Tomb Raider will focus on Lara, or do you think they will involve her family? They would have to rewrite the fundamental story of Lara Croft, because it's always written, and even in the books and the comics, that her family dies. It just depends who dies first, because sometimes in the plane crash, it's her mom and dad dying at the same time. In the Survivor trilogy, it was her mom is dead and then her dad died, but we knew her dad. In the books, or in the movies with Angelina Jolie, her dad lives, but the mom is dead. So it depends. I don't think they'll involve her family. I think, especially if Amazon is making it, I hope they don't reboot it, because we just saw that 2013. Yes, it's been 10 years, but we do not need a reboot, because I don't think it will surpass 2013's Lara Croft, because it was so good. But they really need to build off of the Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Was, from what I've seen and heard, it was Lara Croft finally becoming the Lara Croft we've always known. So they need to keep building on we need Dommy Mommy Lara Croft to come back. That's what we need.
Mommy, please
We do.
dominate me.
Because the
Please.
early ones, she was hot.
That bitch, like
That bitch.
will cut you and then say, "I bet you like it, don't you?" It's like, oh,
She
maybe I
would.
do.
And I was
Maybe
ready
I
for
do.
that. And I'm ready for that. And Spillage says Hagane, the final conflict, yes, is hard enough to make a person play this. Yeah. Hagane is so hard. Why is it
Shut
so
up,
goddamn
Phil.
hard? No,
So
Spillage,
good
come on.
to play the Sega Master System. That's crazy.
That's
I will
crazy.
say I've never played a lot of Master System, but that intro, fire. Okay, the console load up screen, fire. Best one of all of them.
Remember what was it called? The Jaguar?
Oh,
the 32-bit that they were
Yeah.
kept putting Nintendo down for?
Yeah.
Never heard any games about that. You know what? We're on hard games from the 80s and 90s. We haven't seen any of the Zelda games. Remember those god-awful CD Master System ones?
Oh, the CD high ones, the dangos.
Yeah.
My boy.
I won. Great.
I won. So good. So
They're
good.
so Like they're
My boy.
my boy. Sound like
That's-
Kratos. Oh,
Early YouTube poop, man. That was early YouTube poop for sure. What up?
I have. So there's a theory. I know this is so off track. There's a theory that Kratos might go back to black soon, because originally he is a person of color. He is a Spartan, but
Yeah.
so his skin is white because his guilt of his family. But if you've noticed through the newest games, he's gotten it start to flake off. So there's a theory that eventually Kratos will become black again because he's shed the guilt of his previous family and is now building a new life. And I love that.
wait.
I
Oh
love
wait.
it.
Oh wait. You know that reveal, the comment sections are gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the first Kratos came in and said, "Boy,"
Oh, yeah.
and then he ripped Helios. Oh, remember in God of War 3 when he ripped Helios's head off,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it gave us the first
That's one
person
the
of
iconic
that.
levels. Yeah, the iconic levels in gaming.
I miss that. Oh,
Mhm.
Crash Bandicoot. We got Dark Souls. Okay, Prepare to Die edition. That's the special
Mhm.
edition. That's the hard one because it has all the DLC and everything in there, and the remastered that booted the frame rate up. And this is also on Switch, I think, which
I did not know there's a Switch version. That's interesting.
I think Dark Souls 2 might be on the Switch as well. I'm not surprised these are on here. I forget they're 2010s. Bloodborne. Wait, Bloodborne.
All the Souls-like games. All the Souls-like games. Then it's just Souls-like. The last bit.
If these are all Souls like, oh, Cuphead.
Oh, and Cuphead. And Cuphead. I saw my friend struggle through it in stream because I refused to play it. But
Play
props
with
to
cheats.
you.
Because even with cheats, it's still hard as shit. Play with cheats. It's
Play
so
with
good, but
cheats.
it's so hard.
I thought you were gonna say play. I thought you said play. It cut out. I thought you were gonna say play with Jesus, and I was like, I don't know if
you gonna meet Jesus, baby. You gonna meet Jesus with this game.
I'm gonna need the full wrath of God.
It is, especially this one. That's the Cupcake Princess or whatever. Yeah, it's so good because it's all. I like this animation style because it's the rubber hose style, but some people hate it. But like, yo, I've never hated a game off the bat more than I hate this game. And then I put cheats on. I was like, oh, it's good. Okay.
No, I like this
anime.
I have not seen that. Is that good? Have you seen that yet?
I don't know. I'm still watching Arcane, so I'm behind on all my video game times.
How are you homosexual and you've never watched Arcane? That is Caitlin and Vi.
How are you
gays of the century?
Queer, and you had never heard of the Resident Lover game before this.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh.
Which one is more mainstream gay? Let's ask a question. All right. Okay.
Okay. Have you listened to any of the KDA songs? Have you listened to any of the songs from League of Legends?
I should. I know KDA.
Yeah. That EP they put out though, they got Twice, members from Twice. They got Idol. They got
and Idol. I like Neon. I like Neon. I like Neon.
Yes. Actually, from Idol, Sooyoung and Mion, they've been the voices for Akali and the tail bitch.
The tail bitch.
I can't remember her name.
Are you talking about the underwater tail bitch or the furry one?
Not Nami.
Not Nico.
The fox.
The fox. Oh,
she's hot. Somebody help us out. The tail bitch from KDA. We got Akali, which is Sooyoung. She's the Akali, the mistress of the blades. There's Evelyn, which is the serpent queen. And then there's, I can't remember the new girl because I was not a part of her. They also did the song with Serafina. She's also a character in League now. But
are you talking about that is Akali, isn't it? The one that's like a kitsune? Ari, there you go. Boom, Ari.
You said it. Yeah.
A word, yes.
Yeah.
This is why I don't cast League of Legends. There's too many goddamn champions.
But Neon, Dio, and Sana did Ari's voice for I'll Show You What I'm Made Of. That's her specific song, but it's I love KDA. The villain edit with Madison Beer that they did. Madison Beer has a bad rap but she seems like a genuine sweetheart and can actually sing. And I kind of want to hold her and tell her that it's gonna be okay. That you're now immortalized in video games, which is a very hard thing to do.
Especially as a woman, man.
Exactly. All the KDA songs are so good. Go listen to all of them. Oh,
I've seen, like, isn't there one where they like do this to the side? I think I've seen that one. Or there's like a more EDM-ish one. I think I've seen one.
that might have been Giants with Kiki Palmer.
back.
They did a song with Kiki Palmer. Yep.
That's so random. Okay,
And,
sure.
Kiki Palmer, Becky G, Sion, and
Also pretty
Tutmosis.
random.
It was really good. It's called Giants. It's
Okay,
a
I'll take a
bang,
listen.
and the music video is so good. They put their
take a listen.
whole Sharkussy into it.
Shark Cussy. Why a shark though? It's been a shark. Is it because the game?
Because
Because
have you ever watched the early 2000s movie called Teeth?
Hugger, you're a movie person. I'm not.
Teeth was a horror movie about a woman who had a teeth in her hoo-ha, and I just remember one scene where she went to her doctor's and he unfortunately was trying to violate her, and the teeth in her hoo-ha bit his dingus off.
That's a mix of emotions right there. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It stuck with me. It scarred me. I watched it way too young. And then I think that was when I was like watching Hostel and all that too.
Oh gosh. You might as well just fire up Human Centipede too and just go crazy, you know?
I'll say something after we're off stream because I know you're gonna look at me sideways about horror movies, but yeah. Anyway, let's get to the next one, which is
I am
Alien
gonna write that down so we remember.
Yeah, write that down. I got something to say about horror movies, especially the extremely violent ones. Alien Isolation. Okay. If nobody remembers, because it's an optional thing now, when this game first launched, there was an option that nobody knew of where it would listen to your mic. So people would be streaming, talking, and the Xenomorph would hear you and hunt you down. And people couldn't figure it out until they went to their options, and it's like, oh, this thing can hear me. This game is horrifying. I've tried to play this several times. I can't. It's hard as shit, especially if you do the more difficult stuff where there's a limited number of saves or you can't save at all.
We talked about brilliant game design. That's both brilliant and I want to kill you. I want to make you want to kill it. Like, just kill somebody with that game design.
Because it's also not just the aliens that are hunting you down. It's the average Joes, the robots. It's some humans. And it's just like, I'm fully going to admit, I put cheats on and I still couldn't finish this game because it was so hard. Because there's some points where you have to be caught by the alien or the average Joes. And it's unfair.
I don't like games like that. Like, if you want me to get caught, like, just do a cutscene, right? Like, or force me to it where, like, that annoys me. That annoys me. Those mechanics game. What people could say, oh, it's brilliant game design. Mixed bag, honestly, as someone who's done game design type things, but I don't know. It puts me in a tizzy.
I think it's the best AI I've ever seen in a game, but I'm with you. It's like, don't force me into a corner that I don't know I'm about to be backed into.
Yeah, it's a brilliant AI. That you verbalize it quite well, brilliantly. It's great AI. It's not a fun user experience.
No, but it's still one of the best Alien games I've played ever, and that's. I think this came out in 2014, so there should be a new one coming soon, hopefully.
And they've
been 10 years.
They've had some good ones. They've had some sick
Colonial Marines.
Oh my gosh.
Like, you don't like Colonial Marines?
You know the SpongeBob blowhorn?
Oh, you're lucky there's no soundboard here. God damn it.
oh no, this is personal. So no, wait, hold on.
That's exactly what Colonial Marines is. If a game could be personified in a sound, yep. I know it's fixed on PC with mods, but yeah. But Alien Isolation, it's definitely worth a try. It might come back to Game Pass near Halloween, maybe, because they tend to put a lot of games on there. But right now, Evil Within and Evil Within 2 are on there, so go play those because those are also horrifying and very Japanese. And if you love Tango Gameworks, Ghostwire Tokyo is also their game, which that scared the shit out of me. I ain't gonna lie.
I feel like I could do Ghostwire Tokyo just because there's so much other stuff going on, and like I could at least try to modernize. There's a block I can do, but the Evil Within, you gonna have to hold my hand. Like, no, that's not.
I mean, there's guns. That's why Evil Within is great. I don't like games like the beginning of Resident Evil Village. You cannot fight back against Lady D or her daughters. You don't have the equipment to, so you have to run. I hate games like that, like Outlast, where I can't fight back. I don't like that.
No. It's an anxiety. I feel like it's anxiety, the game. And do I really want to do that? No. No.
I already have enough anxiety, please.
Please, just naturally in my body. I don't need more.
I do not. Please, God, no. And please, God, Doom. That was hard.
Doom 16. I have not gotten around to it, but I haven't heard people say that it was just like, it was crazy. Not like the Souls games.
You haven't played. This is probably one of the best movement tech games we've seen since like Quake. Call of Duty wishes it could move as fast as this does.
I love the original Dooms. I just haven't. You know me, I said 2010s. I got a little gap in me, girl.
It's maybe 15 hours, and that's if you're going back to get the collectibles. It's so good. It moves so well. I think Doom Eternal perfected it, but kind of lacked in the story. But you have to go play Doom. And the soundtrack, if you're a metalhead,
I know the soundtrack is crazy. I know the soundtrack is crazy. I loaded up with my friend, and we were like going back and back, and we were like headbanging in the car, listening to it. It's so good.
Don't forget, Doom Eternal also dropped on the same day as Animal Crossing, which was wild to me.
So diametric. Those three people who are like, I'm excited for both. It's the anime girls, honestly. It's you. Oh no, it's not.
There's a clip. It's Animal Crossing Doom crossover.
It's the kawaii anime girls that are like, I've been waiting for both of these all of my life.
Right? Oh, please be here. Is this it? No. Oh yeah, I think this one might be it. I'm gonna mute the music again and play this out, y'all.
Ooh.
This dropped a couple days before both games came out.
Aw.
Rip and tear.
I need to see this without the music, because the music I know makes this so much.
Rip and tear. I love this. This is one of my favorite video game cinematics of all time. Even though it's not, it's a fan-made project. Look at little Isabella.
People be making the greatest thing. Oh my gosh. Got their hands.
Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Doom Eternal is so cute.
I love that. Is one of my favorite cinematics of all time. And it's not even in the games. It's people being wild. It's people being wild.
People be making the craziest thing in Source. The craziest.
I can, shout out to Oh No, It's Alex, a good friend of the show. I can send you some Lady D stuff, which if you ever want to get simp for her and also from your lower half get your tonsils reamed out. Yeah, now you're doing the math of that and trying to figure out how that's a possible thing. I'm about to introduce you to a world, baby girl. You're not ready.
I would like to see it.
You're a hot dog. No, you're a bun and she's the hot dog.
Oh, I'd like her to butter my buns anytime,
right? Right. And somehow the voice actresses for the little shorts sound more like Lady D than Lady D does.
Because that can break immersion sometimes. But if that's on point, then that makes me. I'm flustered. My brain is working on 3% right now. I
She's
got
horny
3.
right now.
I got 3% going in my CPU.
You nasty. Ooh, so let's get into
Oh,
the 2022 games. But what do you got first?
no, we can do 2022 games before we get to that, because it's a slightly different. It's a slightly different flavor on the same type of subject of difficulty.
Okay, I love good flavors. So this is from Ranker, which is a site that is kind of known for making lists of all kinds of stuff. And the first we can see is Elden Ring. Never played it.
No, I've been, and the reason why I haven't been into like Soulsborne games, fantasy. I'm hit or miss with fantasy for whatever reason. Like I'm really excited for like Fable games or whatever, and I've been meaning to play the Fable games for the longest time. I should have stole it from my school's computer lab. That's what I should have done. I had a list of like, they had a whole bunch of Xbox games only I knew how to access, and they were just rotting there, and I was like,
you could. They're probably still there. You could go back.
Oh, girl, I go
You're
up there all the
alumni.
I'm alumni, and they need help with their esports program, and so I can help myself to something that they don't use, because I know they don't use.
Get you them
We're
hard drives,
deleting this
girl.
episode. I'm getting this so bad, because there are a couple of games too that like aren't in circulation, but yeah, but fantasy sometimes it doesn't tickle my fancy, but
I'm with you.
the combat in this might tickle me a little bit to at least try it.
I think you'd like it, and the fact that it's open world, but not a GTA where it locks off some of the world. You can go there. You're just gonna get like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You're gonna get your shit pushed in.
Oh man!
But if you can persevere, you'll get like rare weapons and stuff that can help you.
I need to be a survivor like Beyonce. I'll just play that throughout the time, and then I'll be fine.
Are you sure? Because
no,
I don't know if they have any. I don't know if they have any cheap things like they did in Dark Souls 3. So like Dark Souls 3, when you were fighting Yorm the Giant, the sword you needed to beat him was actually behind him. So you would have to run all the way to the back of the room, get Stormbringer, and then equip it.
See, I am not that smart. Well, I can be a cheeky. I can be a clever bitch. I can be a cheeky bitch. I can't be a cleverly cheeky bitch in video games. I cannot. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be all the dumb bitch juice with Mother 3. Like, I'll be chugging that. Just go, like shotgunning it. Come on.
Yep. I make all the excuses for Mass Effect. I'm like, I know it's problematic at some points, but leave me alone. Fable is on Game Pass. Is that console Game Pass? Because it's not on PC Game Pass.
It's not on PC. It's not on PC. I know it's
Yeah.
not, because I would have.
We're waiting for the Marcus Phoenix collection out here.
Would have dove right into that.
Mhm.
Maybe. Do Xbox One still work? I have a whole ass Xbox One that's
Girl,
literally
they
just
released
paperwork.
the black
Wait.
one. Remember
Xbox
the
One?
black
Not
one?
the Series. No, the Series.
Oh,
You're talking about
no.
the Series X. I have a one. Maybe I can play it up with my one. The one has just been a paperweight for me, unfortunately. I will say, unfortunately, because I have the PC. I have the PC. But hopefully it's still active, and maybe I can play it through that, because I do have Ultimate Game Pass. So.
It'd be worth firing it up and dusting it off and seeing.
Yeah,
because everybody says play Fable, and I was
fair.
like, between Fable, I was the Elder Scrolls kid, not the Fable kid.
Both are like in a realm where it's just like, no, this is fine for me. A lot of fantasy games just don't like Monster Hunter. I'm tepid, because I've had a lot of friends who don't necessarily play it like it, or like, Dragon's Dogma. Like, I know I could play it, but we'll see. We'll get on there. You can play it on the one. Okay, I'll probably fire it up.
Finish. And this is like, I feel bad because I got the free upgrade because I already had the original, but Kingdoms of Amalur, I need to finish that because I need there to be a sequel because I
Mhm.
genuinely loved that game. But I don't think we'll ever get a sequel because Dragon Age 2 kind of swept it under the rug. People hated Dragon Age 2.
And it's so funny the games that end up being sequels, right? Because there'll be a game where it's like it's super obscure, people don't like it, so it's not gonna. And then boom, you just see it, and then you have cult classics that everyone loves, and then it's just stuck in import hell, you know?
The reason why we're
Import
getting the
hell.
new Hellboy game. That's based off the first one, the first PlayStation 1 one.
And the first one was ass.
It was
So bad. But you know, video games, they'll pop all the charcussies for that. Okay, they'll pop all charcussies for. Oh, it's Hellboy. Let me just open. We're open for business, and it's just like other video games. But what about me?
Other Splinter Cell.
Oh my god! Don't get me started. They lied to me. They lied to me. They lied to me. They did. They had they had a round table and they had a discussion about it, about the remake and what they liked about the old games. So why would you do that unless you were gonna show it? You're teasing me, okay? Like, don't tease me. Don't tease.
Because they could be bringing him into the Division. They could be bringing him into Breakpoint if he's already not there.
I think they announced for sure that there is gonna be a remake. It's just when. But you would have got a 10. Like, everyone's talking about Ubisoft 9. It's the best we've ever seen. It could have been the best all time.
You know what? It's probably one of their delayed or canceled games because, like, I didn't think we were going to see that much of Avatar. So,
I didn't think we would see a lot of those games, and it makes sense why all of those were like, oh, we're not going to tell you the release date, because I think I said that during Cogs, like, we're still forgetting it's only been a year out the pandemic for real, and that's not most of last year, but the first part of last year was still really bad when it comes to the panini sandwich. So
and it's getting bad again.
It's getting bad again. I had a monster, the virus that you totally infected me with somehow, all the way from Canada. That was your fault. I'm blaming you. You did, because I've never gotten sick at conventions until you did that. Until you said, "Hey, you're gonna get sick. It's gonna happen." And then guess what?
Guess what? Everybody gets sick. I'm surprised Dez isn't sick right now. I'm surprised Baron's not sick.
Now you're wishing sickness on them. Crazy. Anyway.
Well, also, Baron got 3 babies. I'm surprised he ain't sick all the time.
Oh yeah, that's true. One thing about kids,
they stay
and you know
sick.
what? They stay sick. I'm actually glad I got sick before I picked up this camp with these elementary school, because especially elementary school kids, they
so mean.
This is why I only do summer camps, because summer camps, like, you're only there for an hour, you only need their attention for that amount of time, and even still, there's still those, like, too bad, especially if it isn't a specialized program. If it's a specialized program, then you have those kids that are like, oh man, like, I care about, and let me tell you about my life story, and it's like, oh, I can teach you and we can help you. But then you go with a general camp and they're like, I don't care, my parents sent me here, and it's like, I just want to have fun. I am a fun person. You're gonna make me be mean, and I don't like being mean. Okay, there are only certain situations I'm mean, and I don't feel like being mean right now. I will call you out, and I don't want to. I'm a fun person. Please.
Fuck them kids. Fuck you. Fuck them kids.
Fuck me. Gosh. Oh wow. What?
Well, you know, you said I got you sick. I didn't do shit. That was just a convention. You had to go sniff people's fragrance. So you got sick. Of course you got sick. How many people weren't wearing deodorant?
She gets me sick and then she says, fuck me. Why you say fuck me for, Hugger? I thought we were cool.
We is cool, but fuck you.
Oh, wow. You're trying to fuck me. Okay, that's crazy. Anyway.
What can I say? If the opportunity presents itself.
Go away.
Here's the buffet. Elden Ring, not played it. Sifu, not played it.
I need to play it so bad.
You need to play so much. We've talked about this so much.
I do, but this is right up my alley. Beat 'em up. boom bow. All you're doing is giving hands. And beat 'em up genre probably for me if you saw, I told you guys at the beginning of the show, but it's been like 8 hours. So if you didn't see the beginning of the show, I sent Hugger a big list of things that I wanted to do a topic on. And one of them was just an ode to beat 'em ups, and not just, side scrolling beat 'em ups, but just things where you just give hands. And my friend who also loves video games, like not video games, he loves beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
You guys ever play games?
No, you don't get games on your phone.
From before. No, bro, don't scar me from the kids
Blizzard,
in the camp. Go away. But
you got games on your phone? You have a phone, right? You can play our newest Diablo, Eternal, whatever it is, on your phone. Yeah.
Thank God we got a latest Diablo, because that, like, the Deus Ex family, they are not gonna get out of that hell, because that's gonna be the only Deus Ex that they see in ever in the lifetime. But my friend who loves beat 'em ups, he loves that game. He's already got like 100 hours, and every time he doesn't know what to play, he just plays it. And so I know I would love it. I need to go to his house and play it and see. But I think, was that one of the games that didn't initially release on PC and then it finally did? Or am I tripping?
I think it might have, but this was a game that they did patch an easy mode into, and people were mad about that. It's like, just let people play the goddamn game.
Let people have fun, please. Let people have fun.
That's
JPEG. This is
exactly.
The thumbnail is an alternative thumbnail. Is going to be "Let people have fun," not JPEG. With this,
just let people enjoy their shit, man.
Yeah, please.
What's next? Returnal, a game that is now on PC.
This is another game. You see speedrunners play it, and it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? How?
It's the Dead Cells, but I feel bad for this game, though, because I think the fact that they kind of pushed it as a PS5 main title when it shouldn't have been kind of killed it, because people are like, this is not what I wanted. It's a good game. House Marquee makes good games. Why y'all shitting on this? It could be worse.
People will shit on anything. One thing we've learned about the internet.
You could have Life of Black Tiger. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? People?
I want ass. I want all the ass. That's what's gonna happen. They complain so much, all they do is get ass.
I mean, the main character looks like Gwendolyn Christie, so I'll take it. Larissa Weems, Brienne of Tarth, Lucifer Morningstar, I'll take it.
Adds all these names to Google so I can figure out.
Oh, this Souls. I don't know what this is.
It's a Metroidvania styled like it. The title looks like it, right? 2D Dark Souls.
Yeah. Okay, pop off. Never played it. Ghost Runner. I've heard about this one.
One more level.
It's supposed to be like a cyberpunk Shadow of the Warrior kind of game, but harder. Oh, it's on PlayStation 4 too. Okay, pop off.
BRP, I have to leave. I'll be back.
Okay. She's out here doing the hot girl shit. Man. Hype her up. Hype her up. Hype her up. I don't know what GTFO is. Work together or die together. Okay. Oh, Thymesia. We actually reviewed this one on Level 1 Gaming. I don't remember who did the review for this. Might have been Fame Baron. Could have been Daryl. I can't remember. But Thymesia is a... What can I describe it as? A side-scrolling... Is it side-scrolling? I can't remember. Action-adventure role-playing game. But it's hard as all hell. That's what she said. Tormented Souls. Isn't that the Resident Evil game? I think that's the Resident Evil nod Tormented Souls was, but it's a lot harder. I didn't think it would be on this list. I would put a Resident Evil game above this, especially on the God, what's that difficulty in Mercenaries? The tofu difficulty, where you play as a piece of tofu and you can only take one hit. Why did I say it like that? Hit. And Metroid Dread, of course, banging game, and Ghosts and Goblins, the remaster. So we got one more list, and then we're gonna do Bordy's topics. We might do Bordy's topics because I have a feeling this list is going to just be a rehash of things we've seen already. But yeah, Bordy is going to give us her list. We're going to do this list, and then we are going to head on out because it's hinging on 3 hours, and I know I need to eat, and if I need to eat, y'all need to eat. My beautiful boys and girls and non-binary pals. We need to eat, we need to relax, we need to vibe, we need to be hot and sexy. So we've already gone through the first game here as Contra. That was what we started the show off as, Contra. Notoriously hard, like devastatingly hard. What's next? Super Meat Boy. I've never actually played a Super Meat Boy game. Was it Super Meat Boy? And then there was Bandage Girl, I think was the DLC, or was it the sequel? Because there was Super Meat Boy and Bandage, or is Bandage Girl not his girlfriend? Is that somebody else's girlfriend? I don't remember.
I think so.
I can't remember. But this one, I tried it for 2 seconds and I was like, I'm not the one for this. This is not my type of game. But Bordy, what do you have for us? I know you got a list of different flavors.
Different flavors make the pot. Now, this is with the help of Watch Mojo. But unfortunately, it is because it's Watch Mojo. I don't believe. Let me double check one more time. So, stall for me real quick.
Okay, back.
Real quick.
Ninja Gaiden. We talked about Dark Souls, Ghosts and Goblins. I want to be the boy. Ikagura, Battletoads, The Witness. Those are those puzzle games. We've talked about them that were gonna make me feel stupid. Nor. Nyar, whatever you say it, it's the it's a B game, but it's a Soulsborne game that's actually really good. Bloodborne, Cuphead, F-Zero, Mega Man 9, Punch Out, Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yeah,
those games are hard as hell.
They are, and so much so. Again, all NES games are just stupid. I think the only yeah. So these are going in a different flavor, like difficulty, right? We're talking about difficulty in games. We talk about the hard games, and we talked a little bit about assist mode. But I think it's important to talk about games that make fun of you for playing on easy, and these are all throughout the years, because although. And we can talk about it, whether or not it's funny. It is funny. It's objectively funny. Mm-hmm. But whether or not it's okay is a different thing. And we'll talk about the most disrespectful one, because we need to show that.
Because I feel it's going to be a violation.
Very much a violation. Like, I can't believe you did that. But foil things. But the first one is Doom. And Doom is pretty simple, because Doom is just, you start the difficulty screen and it's just like, oh, there's a baby mode, a pansy mode, this is for you, gaga goo goo, you know.
Wolfenstein has the same thing. I'm Too Young to Die, I think, was one of the modes.
Yeah, and you know, that was early on in gaming, I will say, because gaming was more niche.
Yeah,
that being there, at least it was funny for all of the, you know, the people like, haha, loser. I feel like, I don't know.
I feel like this one is a pass, because this is also, if you had home consoles and home games, you was rolling in it, baby. You was rich.
Yo, like, for you to get, because especially to Doom is so funny, because I think the pop culture of how Doom was spread was so interesting in the first place, because Doom was kind of passed around like a secret note card, a secret society. Hey, you got the
Mm-hmm.
flash dolls with Doom? Like, let me get one of those. And then that was how he passed. So if you were anointed with Doom, then you were already in like not a secret select club, and getting the PC in general was the secret select club. But
Right.
once you got it and then you got Doom too, like that's an upper echelon thing, and it's already so niche. Like it's the definition of niche. It wasn't until later on it was just like wildfire, to where like I was in class in high school playing it on my TI, not my TI calculator, my Casio
N-
calculator, right?
Not the Casio. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm,
Nerd.
I'm different, not TS. I knew as soon as I said
Yeah. What
calculator it was
is
gonna
yeah?
happen.
The
I
fact
don't know
that
what
you
I
remember
expected.
your brand name of
I got so much
calculator.
shit for
Mm-hmm.
not having a TI. So I remember that it was a Casio. It was big and bulky. It's just like I bought it specifically so I could play games on it.
Somebody
I
help this woman.
I
Help
am a
this
nerd, guys.
woman.
I am a nerd. It is
She's out here. She's the one
bad.
that was playing Doom on the pregnancy test.
Low key, if I could, I would.
I was joking. I wasn't being serious, but you said I would. Okay. Okay.
Low key, I
Okay.
could if I would. How does that optimize with today's control? How well does it play and function?
Probably
How
like
many
shit,
frames?
but you know, on a screen this big, smaller than I don't even know what we carry on us today that has a screen smaller than that or the same size as
No,
that. Because I don't think we
no.
do anymore.
It's the old school watches that used to have like capable things aren't
Yes.
even that small, you know? The watches
Yeah.
that can play Oregon Trail aren't even that small.
Speaking of a hard ass game, that was on none of the list. Fuck Oregon Trail.
They gave that as a teaching device to kids, and it really did teach you that life was
Teaching of
fucking
what?
hard. Okay?
Depression. Dysentery. I don't know what dysentery is to this day.
I know you
All I
can
know is
die
I
of
got
it.
it.
As soon as you
Every
get it,
time.
it's a death sentence. That's all I know.
Exactly. Every time I got it.
Earthworm Jim is something I think you should look up. It's a fun visual.
Oh.
So Earthworm Jim had two different editions. It had the regular edition, which was just Earthworm Jim. And Earthworm Jim, if you guys have time on your own, go ahead and watch Angry Video Game Nerd. He has like a whole thing on Earthworm Jim. Do easy mode, easy mode, easy road or something like beating easy mode or something like that, if it can.
Here we go.
Yeah. There's two different endings. The regular one is fine, but this one had an easy mode because it's so hard that even Angry Video Game Nerd was like, man, this is a really hard game. So if you beat it on easy mode, it has like a whole diatribe where the game developer literally tells you about worms instead of you actually getting the real ending. He literally talks the whole
No.
time. This is disrespectful to me.
See,
This is
you
funny.
couldn't do this today because somebody
No.
would find you and beat your ass.
Yes.
The common garden worm.
The Twitter mobs that exist for voice actors just living disgusting. Twitter mods,
Yep.
if this existed,
Oh.
you have a point.
Oh. I would have.
You have a point. You have a point.
What do they look like? No, it's like a whole 5-minute guide.
It is. I didn't know it was this long, but he literally speaks to you and tells you the whole. It's so bad. It's so disrespectful. It's so disrespectful. Imagine, because this is a hard game.
Yeah.
You spend all
You know
that
what?
time.
At least, hold on. With a complete gut and a separate mouth and anus. Sorry, I just had to stop and read that.
That's the most important part. That's why we're here, honestly. That's the whole reason I chose this.
Free the vulvae.
Free the vulvae. Free the onion.
If this was, at least in whatchamacallit, Metroid. They took Samus's clothes off if you were good. They put her in a bikini. Here, you get a whole diatribe about worms and you don't get the actual ending. The way I would knock on this man's door while he was sleeping.
Yes, like the Twitter mobs would be justified. They have a point. You know what? If you record that, put it on World Star, I watch it. You know, I don't usually watch those. I watch those. I'll be like, yeah, that dude deserved it. See him. Beat his ass.
Is literally the history of worms.
And on. And I think it's the other version, the Sega Genesis version, where he speaks it. Because this one, I don't even know. It's moving too fast to even speak it.
Yeah. I'd punch somebody. Spillage says the abomination of Zelda on the 3DO. Yes. The Philips. Yes. Those were awful.
Can we do a whole Philips episode?
Because I think even that many games on there.
Can we stretch it out? Maybe we could do about.
We could stretch it out because all I can think of is one golf game with Eugene Levy, the 3 Zelda games,
Mario Hotel.
Wasn't
there another Mario too? Yeah, you did. Stark. I'm sorry.
And Ninja Gaiden. We've been going through Ninja Gaiden. We said beautiful games, hard as fuck. Go play them on Game Pass.
Yeah. Or an emulator if you want to do the original version. I don't endorse it. That's what I heard from my friend.
Don't put yourself through that. Spillage, Cuphead, the pacifist mode. Impossible to do unless you are that bitch. Because pacifist means no shooting, no damaging anybody. You literally have to wait out the bosses.
Wait, is that possible?
Yeah. It's hard as all hell though.
Is that wait, hold up. I'm gonna see that tonight. I'm gonna see that tonight.
Yep. It's so hard. But yeah, fuck Earthworm Jim, because I would knock on that man's door. Be like, sir.
That's also what he said.
I'm gonna fight you. Myth. I've never played Myth, but I do know that is a Bungie game. They made Oni too.
Yeah, I forgot the diatribe with this one. What's this one say?
Before Bungie created Halo and Destiny, it released a beloved fantasy tactics game on PC set in the middle of a war between good and evil. Myth tasks players with reclaiming a magical land from dark forces. You had 5 difficulty settings to choose from, each coming with descriptors on what to expect. For those wanting the easiest route, the timid setting was the way to go. But Bungie didn't make you feel too good about picking it. It essentially promised you'd grow tired of fighting mindless enemies that at any taste of excess would turn to ashes in your mouth. It's pretty cool to tell your players they won't have fun.
Okay.
Bitch, if I want to play mindless enemies, I'm going to play Redfall. Come on. Come on.
What's the next one?
Ninja Gaiden Black and Sigma.
Yeah, we talked about that. That's the one I talked about before where and this is I can do a little bit just for you, Evil. But again, the original one, it's you just raw dog it, right? It's hard, it's going to stay hard, okay? But the other one, I hate you. But the other one, I hate you so much. The other one. Anyway, Black and Sigma, if you die enough, then they'll actually have a whole cutscene and say, do you really want to do this? Like, oh, wow, are you really going to try easy? Let me make it available to you. And then there's a whole like cutscene after you beat it. During it, you have the little pink band, like Hugger said, and it's just very disrespectful. Very disrespectful.
It's the whole fact that they went out of their way to make a cutscene with Ayane to say,
yes!
I thought you were a special ninja, but you're not.
Yes!
Like, I want to fight her.
Like, what?
I want to fight Ayane, even though she's one of my favorite characters.
I thought you were special. She's such a good character in the game. And then it's just like, no, I will slaughter you. Like, no.
I'm going to fight her. Okay, these games are hard though. The Monkey Island, any Lucas games before 2000s are hard.
Yeah, a lot of charm with them. and beautiful games. Beautiful animated games, a lot of charm. Tim Schafer, my goat. I love him in the video gaming world.
Yep.
Video games, Jack Black, right? I love me some
Mhm.
Tim Schafer. I think this one is funny because it literally calls easy mode game reviewer mode. So
You're
even back
not
then,
wrong. You're not wrong though.
even back then, it
That's
was
so
calling
mean.
out. And guess what? Even to this day, we got Forbes. Even to
Forbes
this day, we got
doing Forbes business writer doing Cuphead. They set that man up for failure. They really did.
Why do you give that to somebody who doesn't play video games? Like, give him Odyssey, give him a Nintendo game, bro. Let him fly and live, right? Like, let him have fun. Why would you give him the hardest game, even for real gamers, capital G gamers?
I don't know. That poor man.
Just
I
wanted
hope
to
he's
fly.
okay. I hope he's
Mhm.
thriving now and writing his
Mhm.
business articles about Tesla losing its stocks or whatever. I hope he's living.
Hope he's living.
Never
Yeah.
played a Metal Gear Solid game.
Wow. See, now this is my time to be like, wow. At least I
Yes.
played one. I played one. I didn't end up finishing Phantom Pain because I got ADHD.
Yes.
But
yeah.
yeah, if this whole 5-hour-long episode doesn't simplify the fact that I did.
Yeah.
Phantom Pain is interesting. This is something actually too that should be pulled up because Phantom Pain has a what is it? If you die, I think 3 times or whatever, it gives you an option to do like a type of like assisted mode. And in that assisted mode, they're like, "Hey, do you want to do this assisted mode?" You're like, "Yeah, sure." Like this is hard. And so, what is whole Metal Gear Solid all about? Sneaking and geeking, right? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, instead of you sneaking and geeking, do chicken hat. Do chicken hat.
Oh, I was gonna surprise everybody with it because they didn't know
Yeah,
about
I'm
it.
sorry. Yeah, that's why I was trying to like a waffle.
Not the
Yeah, so it's all
chicken
about
hat.
sneaking and geeking. So if you fail enough, I'm in assistant mode, and then when you're in assistant mode, what is the thing that they put on your head so that you know that you're an assisted? They put a chicken hat on you. It's so Metal Gear.
No.
It's so Metal Gear. It's so Metal Gear. It's so Metal
No.
Gear. And
I would be
what's
so mad.
Wait,
I would
because
be so
they don't
mad.
tell you. They literally say you can get caught 3 times. And if you get caught those 3 times, then afterwards, then they pay attention to you. So you're like, oh man, I could use some help. And then they do this disrespectful shit. Like, see how you got caught and it was fine, and now they're oblivious.
See, I thought the big controversy of this game was Kojima definitely trying to not be a creep with Quiet. And
Mhm.
she breezed through her skin. No, don't be weird. But a
Can
chicken hat?
Kojima help it? Can Kojima help it? We know Metal Gear Solid 2 was literally naked cartwheels, so
Death Stranding was Mama was. I just gotta say that. Mama was. Did he bow to us before we took him down?
I haven't gotten quite to that point yet, but I look forward to it.
You're gonna like Mama. She's a twin sister too.
Oh, these are
2 for
things
the
to
price
write
of
down
one.
and enjoy.
Literally.
Mhm. They're twins and other twins. But anyway, so they give you the chicken hat, and you can get up to 3 catches, right? 3 in the stealth game, and then it's like, okay, cool. Well, I'm still having trouble. Well, you're at Weenie Hut Juniors, but now
Not the Weenie Hut Junior.
there's a Super Weenie Hut Juniors now. So if you fail more times, then you can just run through the whole level never getting caught, but then you have a yellow chicken hat on and it looks like a baby. It looks kind of like Gudetama actually, and you're just You're running around in that. So yeah, Kojima, disrespectful. Disrespect.
And I bet once you put it on, you can't take it off either.
Oh, absolutely not. No.
This isn't
Absolutely
like
not. At least
the
for the rest of
noodle
the level.
Cuphead. Oh.
The noodle
I'd be
Cuphead.
mad. In Final Fantasy 15, because they always have their like tie-ins with Top Ramen. So
Oh yeah.
you could put a noodle Cuphead on Noxus. But at least that's optional. This is so goddamn disrespectful.
It's so bad. And they don't tell you too. So you're just like, oh, you're assisting me. Great. You can put this in options, right? Not the Super Weenie Hut Juniors, but the Weenie Hut Juniors you can. And so you're like, oh, okay, cool. And then you realize, oh, it's not cool. It's not cool at all.
I would be so like you I wonder how somebody figured that out, because that's almost, you gotta deliberately go out of your way to see that.
Yeah, you literally do, like, or you just have to be really bad at the game. And to be fair, like, maybe someone picked it up as like, man, I can't get this stealth thing down. But then for you to do that, like, what?
I'd be so mad.
That's worse than Doom telling you, hey, you're a baby. Worse than Doom. Sid is something I also forgot. I think this one was just a little small. Oh yes, okay. Actually, I do remember this one. So Sid has a super easy mode on the original Sid, the 1991 one, and there is a mode to where no matter what you do, you can be the greatest conqueror. Okay, at the end of the Sid games, you get compared to a different person in history, right? So if you conquer a lot of people, you're Genghis Khan, you know. If you help him through war, Winston Churchill, etc., 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 right?
Okay.
Cool. If you choose the easy mode in Sid, when you beat it, so this is after you've already beat the game, just like in Earthworm Jim. After you beat the game, you get named. What is his name? Does it say it on it? Warren G. Harding. And no matter what you do, if you're the Genghis Khan at easy or you're the most worst person in the world, you're always Warren G. Harding. Who is Warren G. Harding? He's a U.S. president that was only president for 2 years, died in office, and was only known for controversy. He was butt. So
damn, you don't even give it a Richard Nixon. You get a Harding.
No, you don't even get a Richard Nixon. You don't get the guy that died in office 2 days. I forgot what his name was. You get the guy 2 years, only controversy.
Damn.
It's bad. It's really, really bad.
Wasn't Civilization also the game that used to whisper your name?
Oh,
at a certain time?
I don't know that. That's kind of creepy, or hot, depending on how it happens.
Well, there was a Civilization game. I can't remember which one it was. Or I don't even know if it was a Civ game, but at like a 3 to 4 a.m., if it saw you were still playing, it would take your in-game, your computer username and whisper your name. So you remember a lot of people back then would have their actual name. So it'd be like 3 a.m. you're playing and be like, Mike. It's like, oh, don't do that to me. Don't whisper in my ear. So like, it's 3 a.m. Why are you whispering?
If that happened, especially to nobody's sober at 4 o'clock in the morning, unless they're a degenerate like me.
That's sobriety. I don't know her.
Who is that? That's who is that? So the way I would think, I've done it. I've given myself. I have somehow contracted schizophrenia. I would be like, oh no, I've contracted mental illness. Like no.
You're like,
I done did it.
Oh great heavens! What is happening? Yeah, there's a game. I can't remember which one it is, but it whispers your name, and I'm like, I'm good on that.
Watch this end up being a hentai game that she's played before. I know it. It's okay.
Girl, I wish I played more hentai games.
More crazy.
I used to play the Newgrounds games.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't count, does it? Who has it?
Because remember the one with the aliens? You had to stop them with the dogs. They would have to get to the girl. Yeah, little green man. See,
Oh wow, I didn't get to that one.
that one was you know what? It still might be up on Newgrounds, even though it's like 15 years old.
I just want to see it. I actually did see a whole Flash song because I used to do the Flash songs. I looked and it was still on Newgrounds, so you're gonna have to show me that. Just so I get the reference, not for any
Yeah.
other reason. It's for
Exactly.
context.
Exactly.
Context
We're not weird.
at all. Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage, which I know Streets of Rage 2 is objectively better in almost always music wise, story, not story. What is the story of Streets of Rage?
Somebody gets kidnapped.
It doesn't matter. It's just about beating ass, right?
Exactly.
Streets of Rage 2 is better.
It is.
However,
with you.
I feel more nostalgic for 3. Just because we didn't play it more, honestly. We probably played 2 more. Maybe it's because of the kangaroo. Maybe it's because you can. Yeah, I liked Rue so much. I love playing with Rue.
You wanted that unfair advantage.
See, Rue was stronger, but then you couldn't pick up weapons, which sucks. Cause it's like, man, I want to beat somebody as a kangaroo with a baseball bat. Like, please.
You're a 7-foot kangaroo. What do you need to pick up weapons for?
To stab people, mate. Like,
no. You're a kangaroo. You don't need to be stabbing people. You fucking knock them out with your fist. You ever seen how swole kangaroos are?
They really are. Like,
they're too strong.
A top 10, not even 10, top 3 nightmare to get into a situation one-on-one with. Like,
right? A kangaroo. I'm trying to think what else. Great
a
white shark,
silverback?
of course.
Oh yeah, silverback.
Oh, I hate that thought. I've watched Planet of the Apes. I know how that's gonna end for me. Thank you.
Yo, like you ever see like one of the zoo things where they just decide to hit the wall, and even that is like,
crack all the glass and everything. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm all the way fucking good on that.
No, I don't need it. But and also to a hippo. Don't get me around a hippo.
Yo,
they look so cute. But they're not.
They murder more people than crocodiles do.
Which is crazy, because you would think crocs, they look terrifying, okay? They look like they're ready to fight. But no, that's the least of your worries if you're around a hippo.
That's probably why, though. Hippos don't look like they're gonna eat your... They're like honey badgers. Nobody thinks honey badgers are aggressive until you meet a mongoose. Like, oh.
Yeah. Or moose in general. Have you in Canadian land, man? Like, they're huge.
They're so big. And then usually when we like to go up to the mountains is when it's calving season, so they're trying to get all their calves ready for winter. And when you see, like, they'll see you before you see them, and they'll start walking towards you. And when they're walking towards you, you gotta go, because that means they're gonna charge you, especially with their babies there.
I would have a panic attack. I'm literally getting a panic attack just thinking about it. Like,
and it's fun watching the tourists. They're standing there taking pictures, and all the smart Canadians are like, "You have to go.
No,
you gotta go."
Because they look like marvels, because like, especially too when I guess you used to picture moose. Nowadays I guess you know better, but like when mooses whatever used to be
Mises.
We don't say mooses, we say meese. Shout out to As Told by Ginger. But
meese sounds like a venereal disease.
You know what?
You got that? You want a shot for that?
Oh my gosh. Would you rather have a meese or blue waffle? Neither, please. Like,
well, you know, a lot of people don't know what a blue waffle is anymore, so
don't look it up. In fact, look it up.
Actually, you know what they'll get is
go ahead.
The Eggo people. They made blue waffles, like blueberry waffles.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Why did they do that? They knew what they were doing?
Because they knew what the point of people knowing what a blue waffle is anymore. We're past that point.
Knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing.
That's
true. I know
we're past the two girls, one cup.
Oh my gosh.
The day I found out that wasn't real and that was actually like crushed chocolate bars, I was so mad.
I'm so glad. Actually, this is the day I found out. This day, that helps so much.
No, fuck off. No,
That helps
you
so
knew
much.
that. No, you knew that.
I wanted to believe it, but that didn't mean I actually did. I don't know, man, because you can't. The jar dude, like that was for real.
That one was real. Yeah.
Mr. Hands was real. So Mr. Hands passed away for that. Like, so you can't. I wouldn't be surprised, yo.
I hate that. I hate that thought. I hate it. I hate it.
Like, that was back in the day. Like, even I remember vividly too in my mom's office, like everybody in the office had that like beheading video and they just passed around a candy. Oh, you saw the beheading video? You guys want to see that? Like, it's crazy that time.
That's why like Reddit will never be what it used to be. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but like there was a subreddit I used to watch and it was Watch People Die, where it would just snuff videos all the time. It's like, oh, that man got run over by a truck.
No. Sometimes I would accidentally pop on my all and I'd be like, block, delete. I can't, because like you never know too, because if you're like also subscribed to like Close Call or like a whole bunch of other like things that are, you never know if they made it, oh my goodness, or that they made it. Oh, they didn't. They did not. They did not.
50-50 was my favorite. It's like cute kitten or hand that's been blown off with explosives. Like, oh, please be the cute kitten. And it never was the cute kitten. It never was.
That's why I like, there's a subreddit, Watch People Fucking Die. It's like every other thing is like cap in lowercase. And it's just the cutest videos. It's just like a kid getting pushed. And it's like, oh, they fucking died. Oh, they got boomed. And it's just like everybody in the comments. But it's all cute and it doesn't scar me for life.
Give me Eye Bleach because I like that one. Just a bunch of cute cats, dogs, little kids. Like, give me that. I don't need... I spent too much of my life being horrified by what I see on the internet. I don't need more.
I do not
see things
need
I shouldn't see.
Our whole generation has seen things of wars. War never changes.
War doesn't change, and unfortunately, humanity never changes either. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Oh Lord! And morbid curiosity should just stay as curiosity, but do not let it kill the cat because it will kill your dreams.
Exactly.
For that night, at least for that night. But Streets of Rage.
Yes, Streets of Rage.
I love this so much. I just want you to know that.
Sorry, ADHD.
The ADHD is working. But Streets of Rage, a little bit more nostalgic for me, even though 2 is better. But one thing that's very disrespectful is there is an easy mode, unlike the other kind. And Streets of Rage, hey, it can be difficult.
Very much so.
Have I beat it alone? I think I beat one alone once, and that was when I was younger.
One.
I haven't. I will say I feel like I played a little bit of it because I was supposed to play through with my friend because I was waiting until I used to play with my brother and my cousin. So I was waiting until he got a Steam Deck and he just got out of school. So there's a possibility, but he's probably not. So now I was like, I'll wait until my friend does it. And then I go to his house all the time. And it just hasn't happened.
Go play it. It's like 6 hours, if that. You can literally beat it in an afternoon.
I saw the level and then was like, I know I need to play. That's one of those I don't want to play it alone because I'm so used to playing it with other people and it brought such joy in my life playing it with other people. But I saw that the secret where you can like drop down and it takes you back into like the aliens inspired level and I was like, oh shit,
there's so much good stuff.
I will tell you guys in case you guys don't know, and maybe we'll do a favorite games episode, but Streets of Rage 2, I don't even know if it is my favorite game, but it was the first game that I ever played, and for that reason I will always love it.
Yeah,
The earliest memory I have in Brooklyn was actually playing Streets of Rage. Um,
I feel that.
so that made me excited. But in the 3, if you beat it on easy mode, they literally cut the game 2 levels early, and the guy's like, we need to try harder. Maybe you should up your difficulty level. And that's it. That's the game. Beat it again.
No, because the way that cartridge would have left my room at Mach 10, no.
Against the wall.
Just gone. No. No.
Shinobi Ninja that hoe. Like, no. Um Wolfenstein is another one of the, as you talked about before, the Doom game. So we can just get past that. You're a baby.
Can I
get
play
my dad?
daddy? That's what they
Can I
say.
play daddy? Please?
Yes. Only if you ask like that. What's number 1 gonna be though? Because if you can't really beat Phantom Pain. So far these have been like whatever. Phantom Pain though.
Well, have I got something for you. All right. I want you. It's Twisted Metal. Don't even look. It's Twisted Metal, right? Twisted Metal 2. Don't even look. Go scroll up. I don't even want to see that. I don't even want to see.
Are you
Type
sure?
in Twisted Metal 2 easy ending. Go ahead, type that. All right. Twisted Metal. There's an easy mode. While she's typing this, Twisted Metal is an easy mode. I like easy mode. Cool. All right, I'm playing the game. I'm enjoying this, thinking about all the Twisted Metal that I'm gonna get into. I beat the first level. Okay, cool. There's so much more Twisted Metal left for me in my life. So boom, I beat that enemy. Damn. Jeez, I am doing this thing. There's more Twisted Metal. I cannot wait. All right, I beat it. Enemies toasted. What's next, guys? What? Pause.
No losers allowed beyond this point. You must switch to medium or hard to continue.
They programmed that in. What are you doing? Like
The way I would fight these developers today.
press play. Press play.
I don't know if I'm ready. Oh, I don't think this person recorded the full ending.
Oh, you just go back to the main menu. You just literally go back to the main menu. There is no second level. They make you go through they program in a whole easy mode first level and then said, nah, not today.
The way I would fight these developers. Please let me. Here we go. We're back to the. Stop. Yeah, no losers beyond this point. The way I would fight these people.
There are hands being thrown to somewhere, and it's to my TV, my console, the game disc, and I'm personally going to Sony Interactive, knocking on their door. Where you at? I have
The
a
fact
question.
that they're bringing this back with Anthony Mackie and on the TV show, and you know they're gonna try to be cheeky and put this in here, but it's gonna be like a false positive. The way I would fight somebody.
Can you imagine if it ended like this and then it cut away to like a millisecond Anthony Mackie with this little face going on?
Oh, Anthony, no, because there would be people would be so just racist already.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh man. They would be. But I would
gave me a headache.
I would, like, of all the things that we've seen, they've been disrespectful, but at least it's been a little funny, you know. Oh, I'm just typing words. That's not hard to program. Or, oh, the ending will always be Warren G.
Yep.
Fine. Cool.
You can still enjoy the game.
You can still enjoy the game. And honestly, that's easy to program. To be fair, a stop sign is easy to program. A whole easy level, you're going out your way to punish them. You're making the graphics team do this. This was Petty personified.
This is Tyler Petty. Petty LaBelle.
Petty LaBelle.
Like, this is, you've gone out your way to be an absolute, you've made a demo level in your full price game.
For real. Literally. For why? You got people's hopes up. You sold lies. At least every other game you got to beat some. Even Streets of Rage, they stopped you 2 levels early, but you got to leave with something.
Yo, okay, I didn't think you would present something to piss me off like this. Okay. That is so disrespectful.
Bruh, I'm literally like, I found out about this. I ranted to myself for a couple hours because I was like, how dare you? First of all, how dare you? Second of all, how dare you? Third,
How dare you? That makes me. Not that I don't want to play a Twisted Metal game, but that makes me so mad. And I'm trying to be a good Christian woman and not be mad at these games. Cause like Metal Gear, funny. Wolfenstein, funny. Doom, funny. This, I'm gonna punch you and your child in the throat.
Yes. Even Streets of Rage, annoying, but okay, fine. Let me try it again. Like, what? I didn't get to try anything.
You know what? At least they cut it off at the first chapter, because now you have a feel for the controls and you can go through. No, I'm not making excuses.
No, they lull you into a false sense of security. You think, oh my gosh, I did it. I've played Twisted Metal. I was not good at the other modes, but at least I can say easy mode, I got it. Oh wow, there's so much more Twisted Metal to come. No, there isn't. Your hopes are gone. Your dreams are gone. You are living in hell now. Reality, Twisted Metal. Try again harder. Like,
no, that would make me put your game down and return it to Blockbuster. Oh my god, that would piss me off.
I can imagine if this happened to somebody. Like, if this is pissing us off and this is secondary, we are feeling these emotions. This is not empathetic. This is sympathetic, right?
Yep.
If we actually went through this, oh my god.
And then you would be confused because you would have to wait for either a magazine to come out to tell you that you messed up or the next game to come out. Now it would be instant. Social media would tell you.
I think that's the most disrespectful part because, like, you would think, oh, did it glitch? Like, or like maybe you walked away to get a sandwich, right?
Yup.
Maybe you walked away to get a sandwich, right? And then you come back and you're like, why is it on the main menu? Oh, okay, like, let me beat it again. Like, oh no.
There's no beating it.
There's no beating it. It beat you into submission. And I think that's the most disrespectful thing I've seen in gaming, like, ever.
I think so.
Period.
I think so. Like the games we talked about were just hard for hard's sake, and they were
old.
But that, like, deliberately being malicious, I don't know, man. I don't know. So many. If you try to do that, could you imagine if they tried to do that in like a Spider-Man game today?
I'm telling you, any developer they're lucky this happened in the 90s where you had the phone and you had to mail and write in. If this happened on social media, forget the mentions. People would be going to people's houses if they're doing 100%. That for a voice actor.
Social media today, it's like, it's great, but also one of the biggest mistakes ever. But, you know, Twitter is... whatever is about to happen, Twitter is going to happen because Twitter deserves whatever's going to happen to it.
And you know what? Ordinarily, I'd agree, but in this case, maybe they deserved it.
They deserve it.
If they die, they die.
You deserve it. If it dies, it dies. We'll go back to Facebook. Ew.
No, let's not do that. Actually, let's go back to Tumblr. I like Tumblr again.
I'm still on Tumblr.
I'm glad you are too, because I am.
I'm reading my fanfics on Tumblr. I was just reading some Abby from Last of Us X-Reader fanfiction, so...
Oh, you do the X-Reader ones?
Yeah, because I'm trying to feel special.
No, I'm trying to feel special. It's okay, I can make you feel special, babe.
Special. We've sat here for almost 4 hours just here, and then almost 4 hours earlier. So we've been here almost 8 hours.
viewer, I hope you feel special because we have talked for way too long, but at least it ended with something crazy. So go and tell your friends about it.
Exactly. And don't forget, tomorrow is 2XP. We'll be having Paris on. Des is going to take a break because today, Dames for Games really did that goddamn thing.
Yes. She did the damn thing.
Her and Red killed it. And
yeah.
Next Tuesday, we won't be here. It's bi-weekly. So the Tuesday after that, which will be... Let me get the date. The 27th, which will be the last Cogs of Pride. So enjoy that. I'm the floor hugger. I'm glad we got to talk about difficulty in gaming. We have a massive list to talk about. But you guys know me. Bordy, this is your first episode and also the 50th episode. Let people know who you are before we head on out, because I hungry now.
Yeah, okay. Before we do it, I'm sorry you're hungry, but I do want to say congratulations to Des. You did the damn thing. I'm so proud of you for doing all this. This was a lot to handle. I can only imagine how stressful the recording day is. So good job. Thank you so much, because that's so important. The topics were so important. But then also to the floor hugger, you deserve your flowers and your roses. Dab on. I'm gonna dab with you, okay? Because you got to do something I'm sure that you've hoped and thought of for a long time. You watched these conferences and now you're actually a part of that and featured. And I'm so glad that you had that experience, because you deserve it. You deserve lovely things. You did an excellent job. You shocked the world with your, not shocked this world, but I mean, for those unaware, with the mommy voice, because they love it.
They did.
They did love it. But I'm so proud of you all for doing it and for doing an excellent job, because we need more women in gaming to be featured. And so that's why I'm proud to be on the show, and proud to be that somebody who's on a gaming showcase, got credentials, want to go ahead.
Who is a esports caster and just,
I don't do nothing. Decided to go ahead and let me join her to talk about freeing vulvas for 4 hours. My name is Bordy McBoard. Free the vulva. You can find me on Twitter. No, actually, you can find me on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube under Bordy McBoard, BOREDYMC, like board, not the knocking board, but the emotion board with a YMC board. Hey, my production crew still be like typing in Bordy, and I tell them this all the time. It's only one studio, but we're like, guys. Anyway,
you spell our shit wrong all the time too. Don't worry.
Oh man, I don't care. I just think it's funny. So I just this is why. Stop that. That's why I pointed it out. I used to do a little bit of comedy, so this is why I'm weird.
She does a lot of bit of comedy. Ignore her.
And you can find me at Twitter at Bordy McBoard, BREDY_MCBORED. So it's underscore, because stupid Sally took it from me. I know where you live, Sally. I don't know where you live, Sally.
I was about to say, who you fighting? You gonna fight Sally just like you gonna fight them Twisted Metal people?
Yes, because Sally doesn't use that account. So they doing the same emotion to me, just like Sally did, where it's like, why are you doing this? Let me have it for me, so I can just be Bordy McBoard consistently.
Talk to Twitter about that.
Oh, can I? We'll figure out a way.
I think if an account hasn't been active in a year or 2 years or something, you can petition. You can send them that this person is no longer active and I wish to have this account.
Oh, wow. I don't want to joke somebody's stuff, but I don't think they've ever used it since 2011. So yeah, yeah. Okay, well, it might be jugging season, guys. But yeah.
Before we head on out, let's give Fame a shout out. He said, I played Diablo, took a nap, and y'all still going. This is definitely a Cogs episode. This is old school Cogs, where we would be for so long. But like I said, we will be back in 2 weeks. No, a week. No, 2 weeks, because it's bi-weekly. We love you guys. Tomorrow, 2XP with Paris. We might be streaming 23rd. We might stream because it is the Suda 51 show. I know there's another thing after that. Maybe. I don't know. But I love you guys. Please take care of yourself. Go eat, because I know we've been here all night and I am hungry. It's now 9 p.m. for me, and I know it is 11 for Bordy, so we need to get her to sleep, or close to 11. We need to get her to sleep. Yeah, you gotta sleep. But we love you guys. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, you sexy bitches. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.